Welcome to the Creative Playing Podcast Network. Join us as we review our favorite RPGs, collectible card games, MMOs, video games, PC games, and bring up interesting topics and things that we'd like to share with everyone. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Basically, Imperial Forces have attacked your freighter. They basically infiltrated by coming in a ship full of droids that was coming to give you more droids for your crew. It was actually full of Imperial troopers and stormtroopers. It was bad. The takeover happened quick. You guys were so quickly taken out of commission, you don't even know what happened. You just know you're waking up all in the cargo hold together. So your choices are L8BR, which is the simple but brawny labor bot. As you can see that labor, LABR, is all about taking a beating and doesn't go down. He's really good at hitting things and really good at taking a beating. And he basically, as soon as he picks up his first pipe as a club, it will be an insanely lethal weapon. Or his knuckles. He can box stormtroopers out. That's his thing. So he's big, dumb, and strong. Meant to take a beating. Then we've got H4MO, the skillful and dangerous medical droid. Basically, he's good with knives, doctor, and he's got knowledge skills. So he's kind of the thinker of the group. So he's good when it comes to medicine, which for you guys as a whole won't really matter, but it might be helpful to save somebody if people are dying, like say the Imperials or douchebags and start taking the air out of the ship. And he's okay with mechanics, so he can repair you guys, but his main specialty is melee, which he's really good at with his knife, his thermal cutter, his stealthy vibro knife, and his flash stick, which is basically like a stun baton. You just touch somebody and it goes... Basically his built-in anesthetic. Then we've got A5TR0, Astro. That's the plucky Astromech droid, who's a engineer mechanic. He basically will suck in almost every fight. Whatever he's good at, he's really good at. Everything else, he's eh. He can put up a decent fight if he has to, but he's really not combat related. He's basically all computers, hacking, R2-D2 style. Then we've got K1LR. He's basically a KX model droid. It's like if you saw the Rogue One, the big droid that Cassie says I have to. That's an Imperial security droid. That's what his chassis is. And he's basically trained as a commando. So he's good at front-up fighting.
So basically these two are the exact same big burly dudes based on the description you just gave?
Yep, so he's security guy, and this one is knife doctor guy.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they have the same chassis.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, he's a KX. They don't have that in the character generator yet, so I just picked that one. But K1LR is the security guy. He's as you can see, he's got a lot of weapons. Most of them are for security in the ship because that's what his job is. He's a security droid. So the rebels were using him as a security bot. He's pretty much the all-around combat action guy. Then we've got E3PO, which is the captain's personal protocol droid, who is also a commander instructor. So he basically can talk troops into being good troops. He's got some talkie-talkie leadership skills. So he's okay when it comes to using a blaster pistol. And he's really great at leadership stuff. And he's got some abilities that help folks when it comes to warfare and leadership. So he's basically, he only has a light gun, but at some point you can always liberate a carbine rifle from a stormtrooper. Yes, you can take weapons from other people and use them. So you guys are all glitchy rebel droids. Your programming does not keep you from killing or anything like that. All that you're programmed to do is to help your rebel troops, who will be calling you for help. Let me check my phone one more time to see if Goblin's coming. You know the dark-haired guy with the pompadour hair?
No.
Okay.
Is he usually
It's down to labor if you want to just simply Hulk smash, or E3PO if you want to take charge and lead. So you have Droid Captain America or Droid Hulk. I'll put it in way.
Captain.
That's the Rebels droid ass.
Yeah. We'll see if I can be the leader.
So since both of you guys are fairly new to Star Wars, I will steal my portfolios. These are the character portfolios that come with the beginning game. They are the best character sheets ever. So on your portfolio, I'll hand you one too, and then I'll pull one out so I can reference it. So on the portfolio, because you guys, have you seen roughly the dice system?
I've played Rebels before, so kind of.
So on the character sheets, it's color-coded to tell you what dice you'll be rolling for what skills. So yellow dice are the best dice because they have the equivalent of a natural 20 on it. So if this comes up, that's the triumph, cool lightsaber symbol. That's the uber cool, something amazing has happened. Now, most of the time, your difficulty dice are going to be these purple that you're rolling, which is, if it's easy, you're rolling 1 purple, average 2 purple, hard 3 purple, against whatever your dice pool is. And when you roll, we'll take a rank 1 skill, you basically will negate each other. So the starbursts are success, which are on this side of the character sheet. So these are the good things, these are the bad things. The starburst, which is success, and the failures negate each other. So like this dice, this guy with the starburst will negate this guy with the triangles. And you basically pair your dice off to see what your final success is. So like in this case, I come up with a threat, that's it. Bad dice. So threats take out advantages, success takes out failures, but if triumph and despair both happen, they both happen, a cool thing and bad thing happens at the same time. So on your turn, it's pretty much classic D&D style. You've got, you can do incidentals, which are basically quick little things like flipping a switch. So on your turn, you have an action, which is basically perform an attack, use a skill, or exchange one of your actions for a second maneuver. You have maneuvers, which is move, aim, take cover, ready or stow a weapon or item, interact with your environment, which is basically lock a door, hit the control panel, send a radio message. Engage or disengage, so basically you can back away from an enemy just out of steps, so that way if they're melee they can't hit you. Or stand up. On your turn, you can choose to take a movement in action, and if you're willing to spend 2 of your strain, which is one of your mechanics, you have wound and strain. So if you're willing to take 2 strain, you can take a second maneuver. So in theory, you could have an action and 2 maneuvers. You can only max of 2 maneuvers though. So usually what a lot of folks will do is you can double move, or you can move, aim your weapon, which will give you a boost dice to make your attack, and still make your attack. So it's fairly easy system. Once you play once or twice, you get it down pretty quick. So let's get you guys a dice pool. On all of your skills, what's the most number of yellow dice that you need?
2.
2?
1.
And the most for green appears to be 4.
Okay. Get you guys dice pools.
3 green.
I also need one of the blue die.
I need a blue die and
And that's a negative black. So it means if there's a black die, you actually remove the black die from your roll. You have a skill. If you look on the 3rd page is your talents. You guys actually started out with some talents. Actually, one more, right there. But if you look on the next page, you'll see the actual talents marked with a little black hashtag. Those are the ones that you actually have so far. And those are cool little extra things that your characters can do. That just make your character more individually you because it's your cool talent tree. The character generator makes lots and lots of extra little things, but pretty much the cover page and that page are going to be all you need. On the bottom of the character sheet, so here's where you take wounds. When something hits you, you negate it, your soak first. So whatever your soak is, that's how much damage you don't take, which is nice. So if I say take 10 points of damage, and Lincolnea's character here has a soak of 5, she's only taking 5 wounds. So you would put your wounds in this little box here. And strain is something that you give and take pretty quick. Because like I said, you can take 2 strain to do another maneuver, which a lot of folks will do that. When you roll advantage, you can actually recover 1 strain. So strain is something don't be afraid to spend. So defense, I don't think any of the droids have a defense. What defense does is it makes your attacker roll a black die for whatever the number is to hit you. Critical injuries are dangerous because if you take a point of damage and they roll enough advantages to crit on you, that's how you die in the game. If you get reduced to 0 wounds, you don't die, you're just out of the scene. You're like C-3PO conveniently taken out of the scene until somebody shows up and plugs them back in. You're not dead, you're just taken out. Crits, you can actually be taken out by a crit. So each time you take a crit, you're plus 10% to the next crit that you get hit by when you roll a percentage. To die, you need to roll 151 or higher on percentage dice. So usually it's 5 crits, or some horrible weapons have this trait called Vicious that adds 10 times whatever number that's there. So they can be like Vicious 3, adds 30 to the weapon. Like disruptor pistols and vibro axes are weapons that are made to cleave flesh from bodies. Which is why they say no disintegrations, because disruptor pistols blow off chunks of bodies when they hit you. So at the very bottom here, here's your weapons. So it gives you an idea of what skill is used to do the weapons, what the range is the weapons. In Star Wars, the range circles are engaged, which is like you and me. Short range, which is like you and me across the table there. Then we have medium range, which is like outside the store. And then you have long range, which is basically think the parking lot outside the mall. And then extreme range is 2 miles with a sniper rifle. Only like certain weapons can do it. So if it's outside of that range, you have to move into the range. Granted, you guys are in close quarters of a starship, so for the most part, medium and short is the only range circles you need to worry about. Then you've got critical. You'll see the advantage chevrons there, the little laurel leaves. That's how many, when you roll, you need extra to get a crit with your weapon. So the more deadly the weapon, the easier it crits. So like here on this one, there's a fusion cutter, which is basically a welding cutter, that crits on only 3. Well, it's also got Vicious 3, so it's plus 30 to your roll, so it's a horrible weapon to get hit with. So yours, you crit on 3, 4, or 5. That's a lot.
Thank you, sir.
But unarmed, that's your fist. You can crit with a punch. That's when you hit somebody and their teeth go into the back of their skull and they're knocked out.
Yay!
There's actually a Caritas career, that's the martial arts of Star Wars, that actually, when you do crits, you instead of rolling the dice, you're like, is it a rank 1, 2, 3, or 4 crit, and you pick from the chart. As the martial art master you are, you pick how I just crippled this person. So it can be like, I break their arm. And instead of randomly rolling it, you actually look at the chart and you just pick it out, which is really nice. The Jedi have their version, the Scum and Villains have their version, Edge of Empires. It's nice. So basically up here is your stats. It's your raw stats. 2 is galactic average. Droids start with 1 across the board for everything because you basically want to pick 1 or 2 things you're good at, and that's what you make your droid do. Humans would be like 2 across the boards, and then you can spend starting experience to crank your guys up. So pretty much you got some flavor text on this page. Just it talks about what weapons you have, what things they have. Some weapons over here will have a special thing that they do. Almost all of the special things require 2 advantages to activate. So like this thermal cutter has burn 1. What that means is if I have 2 extra advantages to spend it, it lit the guy on fire and he takes the same amount of damage the next turn. Or if it says inaccurate too, it means like with this character, he has to add 2 black dice because the weapon's not really meant to kill someone with. It's a welding stick, so it's kind of hard to stab someone with it.
So I got a question then. So what if you don't have a critical thing, but you do have the special, say, blast 10 and stun?
If it's blast 10, it means 2 advantage to make you hit 10 targets within close range of the attack. So grenades, they don't really crit, thank God. So for you, it's a security knockout grenade. So basically you have one little launcher that just that shoots your grenade out, and then if you hit your target, it'll hit that person, but it has blast 10, so if you use 2 advantage, it area affects everybody that's in the area. Since we now know that Stormtrooper armor only stops smoke.
I think that depends on which generation.
Yeah, I still laughed at that one. It's like, wait a minute, you're wearing armor. It blocks everything.
Well, I think he was talking about the filters on the helmet.
And then pretty much the last page talks about your character, what experience you have spent, you know, all the stuff that you have. That, like droids. Droid special feature, which you all have, by the way, is you get 2 extra skills that you're trained in. As a droid, you're super skillful. Droids don't need to eat, sleep, or breathe. You're unaffected by vacuum, toxins, or poisons. Droids do not gain benefits from Bacta stim packs or medicine checks, but you can be repaired with repair patches, which are basically the same thing as stim packs, but for droids, and mechanics checks. So if one of you is good at mechanics, you can fix the other one up, or fix yourself up. And droids can't become force sensitive. They can't require any. And droids can have extra cybernetics compared to humans. And with droids, one of the cool things is when you make a droid is any equipment you have is considered built into your chassis. So if you have a pistol, it's RoboCop style pistol, it's in your leg, you don't have to worry about carrying. If you have a toolbox, it's part of your character's body. You know, just to make life easier for a droid.
By the way, technically if we're talking about really ancient Jedi and Sith things, you technically can make robots that are force sensitive.
Yeah, from the old Republic era.
Actually, it predates even that.
The old Republic. You know, when everybody's got crystal sabers.
Well, actually, it predates even the Republic, that particular technology. However, it was outlawed by the Jedi because they became super paranoid after the Great Schism.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the joke, you know, when Dune and Star Wars backgrounds collide, where they have the droid uprising. So, any questions?
Yes, hopefully we're not just 2 droids on the ship full of stormtroopers.
Well, see, that's the beauty of RPGs, is the level of resistance will be equal to the amount of players at the table. It's funny how that works.
It's a protocol droid and a security droid. What could go wrong?
See, you're the Captain Special Protocol Droid, so you're more than just, you're not C-3PO, you're the Rambo equivalent of C-3PO.
I found it.
Yeah.
Technically, didn't C-3PO belong to the captain originally?
Oh, yeah. As opposed to built by Darth Vader.
God, that
Still hurts my head. Somebody was trying too hard to make everything line up and become smooth and non-stop. Get to that candy bar, that's my lunch.
Better than my lunch.
I skipped out on lunch today.
Well, your lunch could have been 2 super small slices of pizza at a disease-filled kid park.
Oh no.
I'm referencing Chuck E. Cheese.
See, mine was just a Activia yogurt.
Oh, that's settled for a chicken patty.
No, see, that would be good.
Yes, put a little bit of ketchup and maybe some mayonnaise with a slice of cheese.
Okay, so when the camera pans in, it shows this.
Oh, we're making a movie now.
What's that?
We're making a movie now.
Yep. Hey, that's all the good role-playing games start out that way. So of course, all of a sudden you get the little scroll come up, assaults on the Star Razor. And then it gives you a brief background of the brave Empire, the brave rebel forces are facing against the Empire. The brave forces, since the Death Star has recently exploded, are on high alert against rebel forces and attacking any suspected rebel group. And the camera pans down and you see, your frigate there. It's the one that was in the Empire Strikes Back that Luke was being taken care of.
Frigate?
Yep, Nebulon B. So the Star Razor, which is the name of this Nebulon B frigate, the camera pans down and you see like flashes in the windows and blaster fire going back and forth, and then eventually, you see the bridge, blaster fire lighting up in the bridge area, and all of a sudden the camera pans down into one of the cargo units that's attached to the bottom there. So basically the bridge is on the top of this side. That's the bridge. There's the engineering section, the engines, and then there's the cargo containers.
They put the bridge at the bottom down there.
Yep.
Apparently whoever built this particular one didn't follow the schematics right.
So you guys are basically a bunch of droids in a cargo container. You're in basically this one over here that's full of cargo. You've all been basically restraining bolt and plumped together as a group. You're just kind of like silently all standing together. And then all of a sudden, there's a horribly damaged Astromech unit. So you ended up going with E3, and you went with K1?
Or Keeler for short.
Keeler. That's what I was going for the names.
Yeah, basically I'm the sarcastic one.
You got faulty programming. So you notice that a bunch of these droids all have sustained lots of damage. You get, as the camera pans and you both have obvious restraining bolts put on you, and all of a sudden there's this spark of sound, and the little Astromech, his dome is completely vaporized off. There's just like the raw electronics. It's very sad. As immediately one light starts blinking on him as he's bypassing systems and trying to recover himself. As he kind of moves horribly forward, it's so sad, as he comes up and just pick off your restraining bolt and your photoreceptors start lighting up and you're starting to activate. And he comes up and pick, knocks your restraining bolt off, and then he knocks one off another droid. The droid just falls to pieces, unfortunately. And all of a sudden, the Astromech droid rolls back on its two legs, and a hologram pops up. Just as you guys wake up, and you're just like, "What's going on?" So when you guys start up, what's the initial thing you're saying to this poor little Astromech that's looking at you?
What has happened?
I say absolutely nothing.
He just... You just hear like his speaker just like shorts out and falls out. But all of a sudden, the last holographic audio receptor he's got left all of a sudden spitters to life. You see this light start to glow, and then hologram showing up of a guy looking right at where the holo camera is, and he's just like manically poking with some kind of tools, and you see someone behind him, like a butt, just over his shoulder. As all of a sudden, "Sir, Captain, it's working!" And he's just looking at a total panic at the camera. It's like, "Working! I think the Astromech's still functioning." And immediately you recognize Captain Surti. He is the commander of the ship, and he like shoves the ensign out of the way, and he's got his blaster pistol in hand. You see he's got like a tear in his uniform.
And he was the butt we were seeing in the image earlier.
He is the butt. And this is Captain Surti. I'm trapped in the main bridge. And he looks around and he's like, "Actually, we're trapped in the fresher on the bridge." The restroom. "Oh, we'll be discovered any moment. I've got a mission for you droids." Anybody say anything?
My captain.
You're his protocol droid.
And I just say, that's the butt.
So what do you say?
What's the mission, Captain?
You have to help. The Imperials have taken over the ship. Currently, we've gotten the hyperdrive offline, but I'm afraid the Imperials will get it back on. But first, you need to get the hyperdrive coordinates to the rebel base and either erase the files or make sure the Imperials don't get it off the ship, or the rest of our base are doomed. We can't let that information fall in Imperial hands. You droids are our only hope. And basically, he gets in all seriousness, and he gives you your objectives, because you're a droid. He knows how to treat you guys. That if possible, you need to warn the rebel fleet that their location is not secure. For that, you'll need to go to the PCOM. Basically, it's the communications.
Okay.
If you can get there, disable the primary communications before the Imperials can send any messages to the rebels' location. Also, if you can get to the ship comms, you need to issue an abandoned ship order so that anyone left free on the ship will escape in the life pods. So hopefully, if any of the crew are still out there, they can try to escape. And if possible, make sure that you disable any hyperspace-capable craft in either the fore or aft hangar bays. And basically, you know that on each end of the ship is hangar bays. And of course, if you free any of the rebels to help you, that should take precedent over any other things. But you have to make sure to keep the location of the rebel base secure.
Does that mean blowing up the ship?
And he gives you this look when you say that, in all seriousness, whatever it takes to keep the rebels base secure.
Ooh, this is gonna be a fun day.
Wait, and then all of a sudden you hear his non-com start screaming, Captain, something's happening! Something's happening! And you hear, shh, the hatch open up and a bunch of stun bolts going off in volley fire. And then all of a sudden, this ship is now property of the Galactic Empire. You are all my prisoners. Take them away.
Sounds like an ICD prick.
Yeah? As the captain's hand hits the comm and it shuts off, as you realize he's either dead or stunned. So, just to give you guys a basic rundown, since this is your ship, you do know the ship. You know that the ship comms and the PCOM are on this part of the ship. You guys are here. So his primary goal was to have you get to the communications to A, send a message to the rebels that they could be compromised. B, destroy the radio after you send the message so the Imperials can't send the signal out. Then if you can, head to the hangar, disable any hyperspace capable craft there, because if not, they'll just get in a ship and fly away with it. Then if you're able to go for the aft hangar, and then to basically make sure the engines don't get brought online so the Imperials don't just take the whole damn ship to an Imperial base. And of course, on the SCOMs to send out the abandoned ship. So what do you guys do as you're looking at each other? These sad collection of droids around you are all just blasted to pieces, and you know that they're no help to you. You two droids are the only hope. As you both look and realize, wow, they left our weapons on our hips. These Imperials just restraining bolted us and left our weapons and everything on us. Oddly enough, you guys don't even remember how these restraining bolts got put on you.
I'm a bad droid. I can figure it out. I'm poorly once.
You interfaced the wrong mech.
Yep.
So where are you guys going to go to?
My personality circuits were kind of fine together.
Main mission.
So, head to the comms.
So immediately you're like, we have to go to the comms.
Oh, but there's a good fight on the way. Okay.
Okay, so you guys head to the doors of the cargo container. Fairly simple. You do know that the door is locked down. That basically you're going to have to find some way to open this door because someone, obviously you think the Imperials at least got a hold of enough control of the ship that they did a general lockdown.
You're the captain's droid.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not seeing any super big skills here except for maybe trying to punch down the door.
Shooting the control panel is always an option. Mm-hmm. It's Star Wars. If the door's closed, you shoot it, it opens. If it's open, you shoot it, it closes.
Yes, but I'm trying not to be completely stupid like I usually am, so let's try not blowing things up first. I'd rather save the big explosion at the end.
Do you have any computer skills?
I don't know. I'm looking.
Do you have mechanic skills?
No. No.
Do you have mechanics?
Mechanics? No.
Strange enough, I kind of do. Not very good, but...
Hey, you might have to do emergency repairs on yourself or open doors in emergency situations.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, the fact that I'm built for combat, yet I got just enough skill to say, oh, I can try and fail.
Technically, any dice pool can try to do anything. Speaking of which, you both have this dice, this white dice. Mm-hmm. Both of you guys go ahead and roll that. So what did you get? Is it a white circle or a black circle?
Double white.
Single black.
A single black? Okay, so this is the destiny pool. So what you rolled was 2 light side points, and what you rolled was a dark side point. When we use these, basically it's a free caveat that you guys can say, you can flip it and just make a declaration. Or you can flip it and turn one of your green dice into a yellow dice. Or you can turn a bad dice, say I'm shooting at you, and you can make the difficulty to my roll harder. And I can pretty much do the same thing with the dark side. Conveniently, when one of us uses it, it becomes the other. So it's one of those keep the economy going, it makes the game move around. You could even just say right now, actually, I've got codes that override this door. Just for flipping it.
Ooh.
Or you could flip it to upgrade your roll to try to hack the computer with mechanics to open the panel and pump the hydraulics to open the door. So
She's excited. We know what she wants to do.
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
What you just said.
So flip it, and what are you going to attack?
I'm the captain droid. I should have some codes.
Okay, so you actually have a code for this cargo container. You can both disengage the cargo container, sort of like that picture where it's floating away free, and open and close the door to it.
Let's not disengage it while we're still inside.
No.
Might be a bad idea. But on the plus side, you guys are not moving in space. You're in still spots, so you're good. So immediately you're like, I've got this code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And are you doing anything while she's opening the door?
Yep, I'm gonna prepare my blaster.
Okay. So you whip out your blaster, powered up. As I swallow the last of my Milky Way.
Perfect candy bar for this game.
Perfect. She hits the open button, you are prepared, and you immediately step out and you see that there are 2 stormtroopers flanking the outside of the door that seem completely unaware that you guys were opening the door. They're like, what? As you 2 are coming out. So go ahead and you're going to have a surprise round, so you don't have to roll initiative, but generally what we do, we roll either vigilance or cool, and then the order of initiative is either player character or NPC, and we pick, who wants to go. So you guys have 1 round to surprise them, basically, where you come out with the door with your blaster rifle ready, and these guys are like, huh? And then you're expecting like Imperial Stormtroopers. These are just Navy Army. They got the Navy Greys with a droopy helmet on, and they're just like, "Rrr." So which one of you guys is going to go first? So I'm assuming it's you since you're already right there.
Yep, and I've got
Now, I'm assuming you want to be close but not engage with your pistol, right? So close is 1 purple dice. If you get in their face, it's actually 2 because they can smack your gun out of their face.
Well, I'll just do the close but not straight face.
So you're like just out of arm's reach with him with the blaster rifle. So it's 1 purple dice against your range light.
My what?
Your range light. It'll be the skill that's in the bottom of that sheet.
Okay.
So the character sheet will tell you what the dice pool is, and if you spend your movement to aim, you can add a blue to that.
I will, because I'm not really moving much more.
Yeah, because you're already right there. So it's just like you've got him dead to rights.
Yep. Well, let's see how bad I hurt him.
And are you on stun or lethal? It's up to you.
I'm malfunctioning. Let's go lethal.
Okay.
So, well, looks like something kind of bad happens.
So the starburst is success. That takes away the triangles, which are failure.
Okay, so that means basically this cancels that one out.
Mm-hmm. And if you have a laurel leaf looking one,
I have a threat.
so it'll be, wow, it's a lot of successes though.
Yeah.
Symbol indicates a negative side effect or consequences. Even on a successful check, they cancel and are canceled by advantages, which I can get.
Yep, so you'll take 1 point of strain, because basically it's, you did not expect them there, but you were ready.
Could you pass me a pencil, please?
Sure. So 1 point of strain is what you take for the threat as you walk out, and you knew danger was near. You didn't realize danger was that close. But you immediately, with your reaction time, just pulled up the trigger. Now, the damage of your weapon is going to be at the bottom of the sheet, and since you succeeded, it's going to be +5 to that number.
So 12.
So 12. Basically, you take this guy flat out. You just pulled the gun, your blaster out, and you point blanked, shot him, and he just hits the floor smoking. You see him come out, he does this cool tactical, and you can smell with your sense receptors that is burnt flesh. But you do know that there's another guy over there. Do you want to go after that guy? Okay, so it is going to cost your maneuver to get out there, though. So
Okay.
you won't be able to aim unless you want to take 2 stream for a second maneuver.
Or if you want to punch him in the face.
I want to punch him in the face.
You have a blaster, don't
I
you?
do, but don't I need to like do?
That's an incidental.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, blaster.
Okay, so go for it.
Help.
Help.
Okay. Still new.
So look at the bottom of your sheet. So make your dice full. Are you going to get engaged to him, or are you going to stay at close range? Going to get right up to him with the gun, or safely away from where you can shoot him where you can't?
That one.
Okay. So that's close range. So the difficulty is 1 purple. If you want to take 2 strain, you can get an aim as well.
That's this.
If you want to take 2 strain, so mark 2
Yeah.
strain on your sheet. So basically, you're hustling to make in the big box.
Just put it.
Yeah, just put 2.
For some reason, just out of the back of my ancient memory, I just remember seeing a protocol droid running.
That's it.
Yep,
Strange
that's,
flashbacks.
that's your pool.
That's what I love about being a droid. There's so much comedy.
So you rolled amazing.
Yay!
So we've got 1, 2, 3 successes and 3 advantages. Now, what would you like to do for the 3 advantages? That's a lot. 3 is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
So would you like to give one of your teammates a free maneuver?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so basically, since you only took 1 maneuver of aiming last turn, you can take a second one. So she's basically, what are you telling him to do? Like, cover the hallway?
Yeah.
So immediately, because she comes out and backs you up so well, says, cover the hallway. You get to move out of the hallway a short distance. Basically, you can tell that there is no danger within line of sight of where you are.
Okay.
And you got covered as the guy's body's just hitting the floor. Her guy's body's hitting the floor. Are you on stun or lethal?
Lethal.
Okay, I like the face you made. Okay, so you guys are out of your confinement. You're realizing you're out, you're in the main walkway. It's this big, long, massive length hallway that's got a couple breaks for airlocks and things. And you know where you need to go.
Mhm.
You've got the 2 dead Imperials in the hallway.
Put them in the storage container.
Okay.
Do that?
Yeah, you basically, your next thing you do is you go and you grab them by the leg and you're dragging them off.
I just throw mine in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to see what your strength was to make sure your brawn was decent enough to do it. 'Cause
Okay.
some of the droids had a brawn of 1, which is
Oh,
not
no,
strong
no,
enough
Here's
to do
this.
much.
I'll make it simple. I pick up both, one in each hand, and then just throw them in there.
Mhm. Close the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are going to head off to the comms?
Yeah.
Okay, so primary comms or secondary comms?
Primary.
Okay, because that's what you're told to do is the primary goal. Okay, so you guys are heading off. So who's in the lead? Who's taking point?
She's the leader.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm covering her from behind.
Okay, so both of you guys give me a perception check.
Which dice is for that?
It's going to be your skill.
Wait, perception?
Yep.
Where does it go?
Perception. Ah, here it is.
No.
Single green.
It's alphabetical.
My
It's
perception sucks.
alphabetical.
Piloting, and then.
It's under negotiation.
Oh, I got it.
Right there.
One.
One yellow. And it's
Yeah.
going to be against 2 purple.
Okay, I'm screwed. Ooh.
So you have a success in the threat.
So that canceled that out. So basically, my total is I got a single threat.
A single threat plus your single threat.
Mhm.
So you succeed in, as you're leading the group, you're looking through the windows and the hatches. You guys get through a couple of the airlocks heading your way. As all of a sudden, you're covering the rear as you keep looking back to make sure she's not leading you into a closet somewhere, because it's probably just what it is. If you guys haven't worked this close together, you're glitchy. She's the captain's droid. He's definitely glitchy, the captain. Who knows what's going on? It's the first time you're working together as partners, and you're double checking her work. You're basically spending more time looking back forward than you are back at where you're covering, but you're following her behind. As you guys pop through an airlock, and the airlocks go shoot.
Okay.
You know that it's clear to head out, but there's movement up ahead.
Mhm.
So you know you need to be cautious when you go through the next airlock. So there's some ominous sounds in the airlocks that you've passed. Probably the airlock cycling to make sure the pressure's up to snuff. And so you're looking through there, and you see there's a patrol of a pair of stormtroopers walking by. And
Always.
Are they coming towards us?
They seem to be just walking by, and they won't be going your direction. They're going crossways to your direction.
Want to sneak up and kill somebody?
No, I get to the comms.
Damn it.
After all, I think she's the sneaky one too.
Yeah.
I've actually got a decent stealth as well.
So
Your stealth is only slightly better than mine because you get a single yellow.
Yep.
she's actually got training in it.
Yeah.
So you see the stormtroopers seem to be walking their circuit. What do you do?
In their circuit?
It's the circuit.
Yeah,
Their path.
Which way do we need to go in their circuit?
You need to go past them. Back where they came is the lifts that will take you down to the communications area.
Cool. And they just passed us?
They just passed us.
Sneak past.
Okay, so you guys are gonna open the airlock as quietly as the airlock. Shh.
Wait for them to pass a little bit further.
Okay. So you're basically gonna wait for them to pass. So I'll give you a blue dice, both of you, and go ahead and give me your stealth roll as you guys are sneaking past them. You wait until their shadows just disappear.
How many purple?
It's gonna be a red and a purple because it's against their vigilance.
So wait, yeah?
Yep. So your stealth plus a blue against a red and a purple.
Oh, that's scary. Is that...
So yes,
Okay,
retrieve your dice.
So, this is really actually kind of strange for me. So, I actually managed to cancel out my red. I managed to cancel out my red die, but I did not cancel out my purple.
Okay, so what did you end up with?
I wound up with 2 successes and a threat.
Okay.
No, 3 successes and a threat.
Perfect. So you're sneaking out and you're just like, the threat, you're not going to know what that is yet, but you're going to find out in a second. And what did you end up with, man?
A disaster.
So, if we do that, perfect. It's
What
fine,
what
right?
was with the red dice, though?
It's despair.
So you have, 2 successes and 4 advantages?
Mhm.
So what would you like to do with your advantages?
To remove the despair.
It doesn't work that way. Despair is going to happen, regardless. It's okay. Despair is not a bad thing. It just means something interesting is happening.
Yeah. Advantages?
Yeah, you have 4 advantages. Would you like to give your partner an extra maneuver
Always.
to get to the elevator, to hit the button?
Yeah, always.
Okay, so basically, again, she's like waving you forward, silently commando, because she's an instructor, that's her thing.
Okay, then.
So you'll take an extra maneuver so you can get right up to the turbo lift?
And I'm
Yep.
watching his back. So.
Okay. And just as you say, you're watching his back. That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
an interesting phrasing that you put it out there.
Why, is she gonna accidentally shoot there or something?
No. It's not
You're malfunctioning him circuits?
nothing that dramatic. But,
I know you too well.
what do you mean you know me too well? And if you want the cheat sheets, here's things you can do with advantages.
Okay, thank you. I need it. Oh my god.
So, the bottom part. It's a cheat sheet just to give you ideas of how you can use advantages mechanically and narratively. I always say narratively what you're doing as opposed to just say, I give him a black dice, because that's boring. That is boring.
Narratives can be fun until you're saying I'm doing it because I don't like you.
That can still be fun.
Yes.
So immediately as you guys come out into the hallway,
By the way, have you ever noticed whenever I roll a luck, it's always to cancel out something? It's never because I'm lucky.
Yeah. I'd still say that's luck.
as you're stopping to cover him in the hallway, you immediately look back through the airlocks you're coming and you sense that airlocks are opening behind you like something was following you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And all of a sudden, as you hit that button, here's what that despair brings about. All of a sudden, the lift stops, opens up, and there is an Imperial Astromech droid right there. It's got that very harsh top to it, like an R3 unit, and it immediately looks at you. And all of a sudden, the last airlock opens, and a small Imperial spider droid, not the big one you saw in Hoth,
Yeah.
but it's the tiny ones, comes.
Oh, are we talking about those probe droid things?
The tiny ones, though.
Okay,
The small
smash
ones that
with
have
my
little
foot.
arms. Yeah. That you can smash with your foot because they're really just security droids. They're not the space one. You know, the big
Yeah, the one
spider
that they,
droid.
Yeah, the one that they use for actual like reconnaissance.
Yeah. This is the small one that you would release on a ship that's basically all it does is report back. So immediately you all know the shit is coming down. So go ahead and roll your vigilance.
Vigilance.
Now when you roll for initiative, you roll just your skill, no negative dice.
Wait, what? Oh.
So you said we're rolling for vigilance?
Vigilance, yeah.
I'm screwed. Yep. I rolled nothing.
So blank.
I was confused now.
So you have in your skills there, look for
It looks like
vigilance
you're rolling a
at the
single green.
very bottom.
See where the yellow is? Where your yellow die is. Yellow die. Just run another.
Aha!
There's more skills.
Okay, green. So what am I rolling?
So
green?
just like green, yep.
Okay, cool.
We both run that thing. We're screwed.
Yay! Do I still have
This
two
means
other advantages though?
this means my character's going to come into his own. I'm actually going to have to fight.
Do I still have the two other advantages though? Or is it past the turn?
It's past that.
Okay.
But how would you have spent them?
Well, I'd say you use one to ready something.
I had a pistol ready.
Yeah, your pistol ready.
Well, I would have used mine to have my punch thing.
Because you used 3 of your 4 advantages to have him get the extra maneuver to push the button. But then the despair was that there was someone already in the elevator.
So, out of curiosity, since you said most of our stuff is built into this, I'm going to assume my punch dagger is built into my hand.
It actually is. It does that whole shoo.
So I can do that while I'm throwing the punch.
Yeah, you could.
This will be fun.
Okay, so immediately you guys realize there's an Astromech looking at you that's Imperial that immediately is recognizing you are not an Imperial droid mainly because someone spray painted rubble with symbols on you at one point.
So if I get chased by me.
And you notice that this pro droid is coming through. Bloop, 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 bloop. So for initiative wise, they get to go both first, then you guys get to go first in whichever order you want. So you guys can basically pick amongst yourselves who goes first. First thing that's going to happen is the pro droid that's looking at you. It's this little pizza tray with little mechanical tentacles and a big eye.
Yeah.
And immediately you see its little comm antenna pop up and it's sending a signal that there's intruders on board.
Mm-hmm.
You're clearly hearing it. Boop-a-doo-boop-boop, boop-a-doo-boop-boop, boop-a-doo-boop-boop. It's summoning help because it's only got one gun and it's a small stun blaster on it.
Yeah.
And it's basically, and it's moving away from you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to about medium range from you because it's heading where the stormtroopers were.
Okay.
It's basically, he goes saying, help, help, and moving away from you.
Okay.
The Astromech droid, on the other hand, is a little more cool of a cucumber. As immediately it whips out its arc welder. And it just, and it's got the red eyes and it's just coming at you with this little sparking arc welder.
Oh, it wants me to tear it apart.
It wants you to tear it apart. I agree.
That's now a case of Battle Droids Arena. That's incidentally it's my droid's favorite show.
Oh, wow. So I succeeded. I got 1 success. So he comes at you with his arc welder.
So now this brings up the question is how does the soak work?
So 4 points of damage is what you're taking.
Okay.
What's your soak?
7.
Nice.
He arc welds you and you're like, really?
Look, a sin.
Are you doing
Oh
something?
look, he scratched up my rubber markings.
He buffed off some stray bits of dust on you. And basically he just gives you this look of as he realized he chose to tangle with the wrong droid.
Nice.
So which one of you would like to go first?
Well, you want?
Mine looks like the biggest threat right now.
Yeah, so I'd say you take out your little droid first.
Yeah, I want to shoot it.
Okay.
It's going into medium range. I'm in medium range.
Good.
Yep.
We'll do it.
It's at medium range. What is the range of your blaster?
Medium.
So your blaster is still within range,
Yeah.
and it's going to be 2 purple for medium range.
Okay.
Are you going to use your maneuver to aim?
Yeah.
That's a yes.
So that means
You get to add a blue. And I'm a jerk, and I'm going to upgrade the difficulty for your roll. So turn one of those purple red.
I don't like you. Okay.
And when you use the light and dark side points, only 1 flip can happen for an action. So
Okay.
it's she can't flip one back and forth. It's for this roll, only 1 flip happens. Usually when I GM, I give you guys a chance to reach before I reach.
Yeah, well.
No, this is fine. What's the worst that
I always
happens?
forget about this stuff. What's the worst thing?
So you take your shot.
Okay.
So you line up your blaster, you aim. So go ahead and separate your dice. So take that.
It
And
looks
nope.
like you may have missed.
So
That
that's a
cancels.
fail. You have 1 advantage and 1 fail. So you shoot, and the little thing's bobbing around, and it just blaster fire hits the ceiling of the ship. So what do you do for your 1 advantage? You have 1 advantage. You can do these things.
Is there a door in front of it?
No, there's not.
No doors. Okay.
It's running. You can recover at 1 point of strain if you want. Remember, you did take 2 strain.
But I wanted to die.
Well, you missed.
I missed.
You should have hit.
Sure.
If you wanted to die, you got
Oh, if
shot.
you would have hit it, you could have actually done a critical.
Yeah, I would have. But
So you pew, and it just bobs away, and it's like
stupid spider.
it's like flexing its little tentacles at you, like haha, I'm too mighty and strong of a probe droid. And then we have the poor Astromech that's looking fluid right now. He is at engaged range with you.
Well, so I'm debating on whether or not if I want to punch him or shoot him.
Which would you like to do?
Well, one gives me
Technically,
2
in this game, if you want, you can dual wield. The way the dual wielding mechanic works is you would add an extra purple to whatever. So if you're shooting him, you pick the hardest of the 2 rolls. So shooting someone engaged is normally 2 purple. If you want to use your knife too, you would add an extra purple, and if you have 2 advantages, both weapons hit. Dual wielding, when it hits, is freaking glorious. When it misses, it really sucks because it means only one weapon. If it hits, 1 hits. You need 2 advantage for the second one to hit.
So, this just out of curiosity, because I'm wondering if it's in my databanks. Do I actually know how much health this thing has?
He's fairly sturdy.
Hello.
Hello.
Is anyone allergic to dogs?
No.
No. Did you steal a
You
puppy
want,
from
you want a
next door?
puppy break?
Oh.
His name is RJ2.
RJ2.
RJ2 needs a haircut.
Because I have an Esky Poo, and his name is Reggie. So I named this one Reggie Jr., and he's 2 because he's the second one.
Aw, you just got him?
Oh, you
No, I'm not buying him.
Oh.
I'm selling him. $1,900. Here you go.
Aw.
Yeah. He's a puppy.
Yeah.
I just figured it might bring people.
Hey, cute puppy. I mean, he competes with next door.
Yes,
Puppy,
exactly.
Puppy Palace.
Oh, that's how we win this game. Place the cute puppy.
One of your cargo bays is full of cute puppies.
Cute little puppies.
A puppy will melt the heart of even the harshest Imperial soldier.
Oh, that just gives me an idea. Let's lure a whole bunch of Imperials into one of the cargo bays and inject them off.
Yeah, that would work. So you're there, you're debating, do I shoot, stab, or option C, which is both?
I'll do both.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's since you're point blank range, it's going to be 3 purple.
Okay.
Total.
So it's 3 purple, but I get to roll all my dice.
You get all of your dice, and if you want, since you are standing right there, would you like to add a blue dice for aiming?
Yes. I also need another green. Oh, actually, no, get another yellow. Because I didn't know dueling was not.
Well, no, you roll the better of the 2 dice rolls.
Oh,
So whether blaster or melee.
well, this is what I got for melee.
Yeah. So
This is what I
melee is
got
your
for
higher.
blaster.
Yep. You don't forget your purples. And you added your blue, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you're looking for 2 advantages. It's the magic thing for both these to happen. So which weapon is hitting first? Blaster or knife?
I'll just say knife because I want him to stay in place.
Okay. So the knife is your primary attack with a backup ghetto style blaster.
Oh god.
I hope to God this goes out.
Nice. The aim definitely came through for you.
Yep.
1 success.
Wow,
Just keep
all of
going.
that cancels out.
Oh my god.
Damn.
But, so I got 2 advantages
That's what you need for
and
the
2
second.
successes.
So basically it's 2 plus each of those weapons. So what's the first damage for the knife?
5,
So the knife should have, so add +2 to whatever that number is for the knife.
so 7.
Because each success gives you +1 to the attack. So 7 for the knife. Okay. So that's 5 after his soak. What about the blaster?
And the heavy blaster is 7 plus the 2 is 9.
Nice.
I just need 1 success on this. That's all I needed.
So you did exactly what was required as you like shank into his dome and pop his dome off, and it's completely exposed. It's revenge for R7 back in the cargo hold, and you just like nonchalantly spy gangster style, just hold up your pistol and discharge your pistol into his cap, and it just and the arc weld just drops dead, and he just falls over. Smoking deactivated droid husk.
I'm so glad I chose this character.
Yeah.
As you just murdered the Imperial Astromech.
Well, that's 2 so far.
Yep. So,
What happened to the spider?
The spider ran away.
as you look down the hallway asking your her where's the spider as you sing it going as it's running right towards those Imperials with this little alarm bipping 911. So top of the initiative order, this little guy is going to beat feet and double move to try to escape. So he's now at long range from you guys.
Want to make for the elevator?
Yeah.
Hey, it could be great. All the troops come to here while you've gone somewhere else.
Yeah.
So you guys are popping in the elevator, hitting the level for the primary communications.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you jump in the elevator and Turbo immediately starts doing its thing as basically he's going, help! Help! And droid to the two troopers, and he's like, pointing back there to them, and they're like, in basic droid. Basic. So, of course, something is happening upstairs. You guys don't know exactly what, but you guys are on the turbo lift. You've hit the primary communications deck. You're getting all ready. Got your little shoulder-to-shoulder, cool blasters up in the air, ready moment. Buddy cop movie.
With just the wreck of an Astromech on the floor.
With a smoking corpse. So what are you guys doing as the turbo lift's heading? You're just going to wait, shoot anything that's there when the door opens?
How's the captain?
As the captain.
Oh, sad emoji eyes.
More determined to get this done.
Okay. You're now put your determination levels at 120%.
Yeah.
Okay. Lift stops. The little droid rolls. You just hear this tinking sound of the droid rolling back and forth in place. As you guys look and the doors open up, there seems to be a couple techs working here. There's about 4 technicians. Let me give you a quick and dirty picture.
Rebel or Imperial?
Imperial.
You should be able to hit them.
Hopefully. We'll find out.
I wonder how close they are together, because we might be able to do this without having to fight them all one at a time.
They're not close.
Well,
Okay.
outside the room.
So the room, believe it or not, is actually fairly small.
Okay.
And you think that this communication room would be bigger, but it's mostly equipment that eats up most of the space. But they are equally spread out at the 4 different comm channels, and they're all basically, you can see they've got data sticks where they've been trying to slice into the computers and been having issues with it. Clearly, when the lift opens up here's the door, you guys, kind of get the idea that there's a bunch of people in here. And you guys know from the floor plans, because this is your ship after all, that this is basically the communications officer's room where he has all the cheat sheets, the charts, the different things that you need. And these are just the technicians' areas. But normally there should be like 6 or 7 techs in this area on any given day. So when you look out, these 4 Imperials pretty much seem to be not paying you any attention, and they're just working away. They've got the little hacker goggles on, and they're working and trying to break the encryption code here. So go ahead and you can give me a cool or vigilance. I'll give you guys the choice for initiative. Because cool means you're basically being cool cucumbers waiting for action to happen like Han Solo would. Or vigilance is you're just being super at the ready.
Both of mine kind of suck, so I'll just do vigilance.
Okay?
I have better cool.
Then you should do a cool.
Mine suck evenly. Oh, I got a success. You got double success.
Double advantage. So you have success and you have 2 advantage.
One advantage goes to him.
Huh?
Advantage.
Well, no, the advantage are basically used for tie breaking. So if they rolled 0 as well, whoever has the most advantages will go first.
Got it. So, wait, I go first?
No.
Okay.
Apparently I go first.
Okay, good.
So the real question is, do I sneak up and stab the first one, or do I throw in a grenade?
You got grenades.
So
I got one.
He's got 1 knockout grenade. So the order of initiative, just to let you guys know, is going to be NPC. So one of them, both of you guys, and then one of them.
Okay.
Maybe there's another NPC type in this room you don't see yet. So you guys are there, and these guys are just, for their turn, they are just busy at work on the keyboard, striking away. They have not noticed you guys there. Besides, they just sent the Astromech up. They just sent the Astromech up. Nobody's smelling him yet.
No.
Is that carbon scoring I smell? So who's gonna go first?
I guess I'll be going first. So the real question is do I sneak up on the first one and stab him that way? Or do we just start going guns a-blazing? Or I could throw the body of the Astromech droid at the nearest one to stun him.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
So what should it be?
I kind of want them out as fast as possible.
So let's start with Killy first then.
Yeah.
Alright then, so I'm going to sneak up to the nearest one and stab him.
Okay, we'll say this far one over here, so we go in a nice beautiful circle motion.
Yes.
Okay, so you go to the one that's basically over at 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to use your gun or your knife.
I'm going to use the knife and I'm going to try to do this stealthily.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth roll. It's going to be against 2 purple. They are that observed.
Luck be with me.
You can always use the light side point.
What does the light side point do again?
Basically turns one of your greens into a yellow.
Yes.
Okay. So
So flip one for me, please.
there you go.
So I've got 2 successes, but 1 threat.
1 threat. So I'm going to give that threat to you.
Actually, yep. Never mind.
I'm going to give that threat to you in a string. No, I'm going to give you a black dice to your next action because you're going so super quiet. You've locked your joints, so you're being super stealth mode. So your next roll will have a black die. Whatever it is, it's going to have a black die. Okay, as he's quietly sneaking out there, and it's amazing how lubricated his joints are because he's not making a sound.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You sneaking up on this one?
It's
It's gone over here.
And that's a window, right?
That's an office.
But is there a window to that?
Yes, that's a window.
I want to go the opposite direction he's going.
So you're going to go this way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're walking out and going this way?
Mm-hmm.
So you're sneaking as well?
Mhm.
Give me a step.
Your stealth's better than mine.
And it's against 2 purple.
I don't like
Ooh,
that.
that's a wicked. Oh, both your purple are wicked.
Uh-huh.
So go ahead and partial them out. Things you're going to start having quite some. So go ahead and take your successes and your. So these 2 successes are taken out by that. So
Okay.
it's turned down to just an advantage.
Okay.
And you have 2 failures and 3 advantages.
Okay.
I will give you something about the environment here, gladly,
Okay.
since you failed your stealth. Is he's trying to sneak, and she accidentally kicks the Astromech droid, making some noise. As you're sneaking across here, you see through that window that's there in the office. The problem is you were worried about somebody seeing you in the window.
Yeah.
That's what killed you. You're
Yeah.
too fixated on that window.
Mhm.
As you look through, you realize there are about 8 rebel troopers secured in this office, and it looks like they're bindered one to the other
Okay.
in a row, basically against this wall here,
Mhm.
and they seem like uncomfortably
Yeah.
red marks. They've
Been there a
been
while.
bound up for a while in this area, and just as you see the text, and you have this like your empathy circuit pings.
Do I have that?
I'm making it up that you have this.
Okay, cool.
You all of a sudden make this stuttery sound, like you know you want to free them. The captain would
Yeah.
want the men free.
Yeah.
You know if these men were following your orders, you could retake the ship, no problem, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And as soon as you say that and you start to almost call out to Private Jenkins, that all of a sudden when you stuttered that, one of the techs leans back because he's like, this doesn't sound like the Astromech, and he looks right at you as you're halfway sneaking up on him.
Mhm.
And his eyes go huge as he's looking at you walking up on him.
I want to kill him.
Unfortunately, it's an Imperial's turn. So immediately, probably what caught your eyes, one of the people you thought in that office was an Imperial, was a rebel,
Mhm.
stands up out of the chair, slaps one of the
Okay.
rebels, and you realize his uniform he's not a rebel. He's
Right.
in rebel uniform, but he slaps one of the other rebels, and
Okay.
is obviously not handcuffed. And he kind of gets up, snaps out an Imperial cap and sticks the cap on his head and turns, and he walks out the door looking right at you.
Okay.
And he's just like, seize that droid! As he's grabbing for his sidearm.
Okay.
I suppose like nobody's noticed me yet.
And
Keep it that way.
you're like right up on the guy. You picked this perfect corner
Yep.
that you're just like, sneak, 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 sneak. Blade slowly coming out Wolverine style. As immediately, this tech and this tech start to react. They
Yeah.
reach up to the counter and grab their pistols, and they're swiveling in their swivel chairs with their pistols at you.
Adorable. Okay.
Now these guys are what's called minions. They work as a group.
Yeah.
So these two guys working as a group are going to shoot at you.
Okay. They're going to hurt.
So you did creep up on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you're right behind him, which means it's a little harder for him because he's holding a pistol right in your face.
Okay.
And his buddy shoots with his cool stuff.
Okay.
So as they shoot at you, ooh, we get 1 success.
Okay.
So they hit you for this little volley fire for 6 points of damage before
Okay,
so.
I have 1 point then.
So 1 point of damage. It's a good thing that you're armor plated. So write down your 1 point of damage. It's over here. Wounds. There you go. So you basically these two guys start blasting at you with blasters, and a couple you get clipped by one that like smokes off your leg.
Okay.
As you're just like, son of a bitch. And the commander's like grabbing his radio, and he's gonna on his turn he's gonna radio somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So who's gonna go first? Your guy is still teching away with his goggles on, oblivious to anything.
I'm just gonna kill him.
Okay, I will give you a blue dice because he's oblivious to you doing anything. So if you're aiming, you can get an additional blue dice.
May as well.
Okay.
Aim for the skull.
Okay, base of the skull, you're going to interface with his brain with your knife.
Hey,
That's
your
what they
face
call
is right
it.
behind him. So, actually, this turned out not that bad. So,
Oh, did you roll your purple? It's 2 purple.
Yep, didn't go purple yet. Thanks for reminding me. Forgot about it. Okay, not as good as I would have liked, but oh well. Alright, these cancel each other out. Okay, those cancel each other out. So I have 3 successes.
3 successes, and what's the damage of your blade?
5.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points. As you just quietly push your knife right through his head, and all of a sudden you see like a spurt of blood into his goggles, and his head just leans off of your knife onto the control console, and just blood bleeding into it. As just, the guy next to him didn't even hear it happen. That guy's just like,
Yep.
you know, he's like, they've got that covered. I looked over there and saw them shoot the droid. The droid's gonna die. So you're going next, I think.
Well, I
Okay.
have 3 people on me.
Yeah. 1 going for radio, 2 going pew, pew, pew.
Take out radio.
I want to take out radio.
Okay.
So,
Now,
shoot-
quick
shoot
question.
him? What?
Are you going to try to kill him or shoot the radio? Shooting the radio is an option. It would add a black of dice, but it might die faster than a person.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Wait.
you're gonna Lone Ranger his radio, blow it up.
Yeah, sure.
However, you can use your point to give you a slightly higher advantage.
Yeah. Ew.
Okay, so
I
you're
don't
gonna use
know.
that last light side point
I
there.
forgot. Actually, is it you that uses the dark side? Or
I use the dark side, yeah.
Yeah.
So it means I'll have to give you some of your economy back shortly.
Right.
Okay,
Okay, so Jace.
So 2 purple,
Okay.
and give yourself a black because you're trying to be all Lone Ranger. Yep, and you're aiming. Go for it.
That's all of them, right?
Yep.
you have a good chance.
And you upgraded your you flipped a light side, right?
Yeah.
So you added a yellow. You turned a green into a yellow.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I could have swore you were trained in a pistol.
I'm scared.
Actually, you didn't do too bad.
Yay.
So that green and that purple take each other out, and that ooh.
So you got 2 successes and a luck? Or is
No,
it
3
luck?
advantage, no success.
Okay.
So immediately you try to Lone Ranger his radio,
Mhm.
and you thought he was going here with it. He went here with it, and your shot missed and hit the wall.
Okay.
But you have 3 advantages.
Mhm.
Now, 3 advantages, you can do a lot. You can make someone for 3 advantages drop something. Would you like to make him be scared and drop the radio?
Yeah. I shot
Okay.
at his head.
Yeah, you shot his head and he goes, yeep, and drops the communicator on the floor. It's not broken, but it's on the floor.
Yeah.
So you basically have shot, and he's like, yeep!
Yeah.
And you're good with where you're standing? You don't want to take 2 strain to move?
I want to take 2 strain to move.
Where are you moving?
Um,
Away from the guy at the console and going to him, or? Because one of the guys at the console is screaming like a little child.
I want to get...
Not the one that I killed.
Yeah, just keep killing him. Yeah, I want to take out the commander.
So you're getting like right up in the commander's face?
Mhm.
Okay, so you basically are like walking away with disdain from the guy. So take 2 strain for an extra maneuver.
So,
So you should be at 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're basically stormtroopering right up to this guy's face. And he's like, Meep! Meep! Okay. Oddly enough, it is his turn.
okay.
He is going to immediately do an about face and go back into the office he came from. And he's pulling a pistol and pointing it at one of the rebels.
Okay.
And you can't hear him because the door's shut right behind him, but he's clearly demonstrating, surrender or I will kill a hostage.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got total panic face on his face because he just realized he left the communicator outside the door,
Mm-hmm.
which is like right at your foot.
Smash.
You could do a quick athletics and crush it.
Yeah, I do want to do that.
Okay, so the technicians, all hell is now breaking loose.
Just take him out. I'm dealing with this one.
All 3 technicians are going to start shooting at you.
Of course.
So that upgrades their dice pool a little.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it's funny through all this. Nobody's noticed me.
Yeah,
And I'm
good.
the biggest thing in the room.
Right, good.
So they're all shooting at you now.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
You're not going to die. So
I'm gonna die.
they're shooting away, and they're taking some strain, which is wounds for those guys, which
Mhm.
sucks. And they're hitting you for a total of 7 points of damage.
Okay, so I have 2 more points.
Yeah. Are you dead?
No.
Are you brave now?
Yes.
Okay. See, these guys fire as a group, so it's like pretty much it simulates minions. If they
Yeah.
were rivals, they would be a little more dangerous because
Okay.
they each get a turn on you.
Got it.
So these guys are shooting at you like a couple shots. You're glancing off your shoulders. You're doing your Terminator
Probably
impersonation.
scaring the guy even more.
So which one of you is going next?
She wants me to go.
This guy's got his back to you, and he's like,
You just kill him.
So
it means less fire on
Since he
me.
still hasn't noticed me, I'm debating if I should duel where I both punch him with the dagger as well as just with the back of my fist.
From the way the first one died, if this guy is any indication, 1 weapon alone is enough to kill them. Or what you can do, since you're dual wielding, is walk up, knife him, and shoot the guy across the room.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's doable too.
But I'm thinking there might be a better solution. So does it take a maneuver for me to get to the other one?
Yeah.
So what I might do is, just for the fun of it, I might use one of my strain things
Okay.
to get 2 maneuver. Use 1 maneuver to get to him, 1 attack to kill him,
Okay.
the other one to throw him at one of the other guys.
That's fun.
That would be
tricky?
like the next turn kind of thing.
Well, wouldn't that be considered as wouldn't it be counted as a maneuver because it is interacting with the environment? Or is there something from the environment I can throw?
The chair.
You could throw the chair.
Okay.
Or you could even say you're dragging this guy's corpse.
Okay, then yeah, because I'm not throwing it to hurt him, I'm just throwing it to distract him.
Okay.
You
So that
can
way
throw
it's
the
not an
corpse
actual
at him.
attack.
Okay.
Okay, so let's stab him first.
Okay. So you
So-
basically you're dragging the dead one with you.
Yep, I'm now getting ready to stab the other one. So that's 2 purple or 1 purple?
It's going to be 2 purple.
Yep.
Melee is always 2 purple,
Okay then.
unless it's harder. You know what? Let's go ahead and upgrade that so you guys have a point in the table.
Okay.
So turn 1 purple red.
Yeah. For some reason, I've actually had luck in that regard.
Yeah.
But of course, my luck might
It's only a 1 in 12 chance that something bad comes up really bad on the red one. Really bad.
Strangely enough, I actually haven't gotten the really bad one at all. It's always been you.
Yeah, it's me.
Watch change. Nope.
I've done whole game sessions where it's never come up.
So,
Just depends on the dice.
this is interesting. So
Stuff is happening.
these are kind of
Children are
canceled
crying.
out.
That's the text.
That
They
cancels
summon
them.
children to your mechanical
So
leaders.
I have 2 successes and 1 advantage.
Okay. So what's the damage of your knife? 5?
5.
So 7 points?
And then what can I do with the advantage? Which I can use the advantage to make it a critical, or instead of doing the strain, I could use it to give me.
I will give you don't need to crit.
Yeah. So I might just use it so I don't have to use the strain to get an extra maneuver. So
Well, it would, because remember, it's 2 strain for an extra maneuver. 1 advantage will give you back 1 strain. So you'd only lose 1 strain for
Yeah.
your second maneuver.
yeah. So
Okay, so you come up and just viciously backhand with your knife that guy and flame with impotence. Just throw the corpse across the room, and these 2 guys are now realizing You're there, and a body just went flying, landing at their feet with this horrible blood smear.
Distract them, please.
As one goggle goes, and there's like,
I just turned this into a horror movie.
Yay!
oh, I'm going to make them roll a fear check. The fact that 2 murder droids just showed up and are killing them.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary.
Well,
And their
technically-
commander just locked himself in the office, or at least that's what they believe.
Yeah.
He dropped his radio and he's crying to mama. So what are you going to do as the body comes flying across the room?
The guy is pretty scared right now.
The guy is pretty scared with a group of like 7 hostages, and
Okay.
he's pointing a gun at the temple of one of them.
Tumble up one of them. Can a blaster go through the window, or is that not possible?
Is the door actually closed?
And-
Is the door actually closed? Yeah.
The door doesn't seem actually locked. You didn't hear it cycle locked. It just...
Okay.
So if you take like half a step, it'll open itself for you.
Okay. Can I take a half a step and then try to shoot him in the face?
You can take a half step, be just out of range, and you'll be rolling only a purple against him to shoot him in the face.
Cool.
Now the question is, do you want to take 2 strain to aim?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's add a blue dice.
So 1, 2, right?
Yep.
1, 2.
And go ahead and turn your 1 purple to a 1 red. Because since you're only rolling 1 dice, let's make that an interesting dice. No, get rid of the purple. Because remember, my point turns that
Okay.
purple red. Yep, there you go.
Just that?
Doesn't she still need a red?
Nope,
Oh.
it's because she's just at short range, which is 1 purple.
Ah.
And I turn that purple red.
Kill him!
And I did.
Prove your mettle!
Yep.
Don't jinx me. Jinxie. Mean. That's a...
Nope, so it looks like the red and the yellow cancel each other out.
So
We've
that
got
and
a
that.
success with 2 advantage.
Yay!
What's the damage of your weapon?
My damage is 6.
6. So 7 points of damage.
What kind of blaster do you have?
Light blaster pistol.
Oh, so that's why
Versus
mine's,
the-
that's why mine's better. Mine's the heavy.
You got the heavy blaster pistol. That's the big honky
Yeah.
one.
Strangely enough, my blade's been doing more work.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm cool with this. Sneaky sneak.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be
So-
quite honest, I probably look like something out of a Friday the 13th movie at this stage.
So you shoot him and hit him.
Yes!
He doesn't die though.
I don't care.
He takes a shot.
Wait, I shot. Oh, because he has a helmet. Does he have a helmet?
No.
No, he's just tougher.
Okay.
Technically, you did say you're shooting him in the face, but you may have just missed the face.
But you shoot him and he's like, get back, you monstrosity, you metal behemoth, or I'll kill them. I made it.
Wow, he's really scared of protocol droids.
I'm cool with that.
He just saw a protocol droid survive a volley fire
Yeah.
twice. And you get the idea. He's serious that on his turn he will execute one of them. If you continue walking forward, do you keep walking forward or do you step back? Do you?
Wait. Okay, we gotta think through this.
We got protocol this shit.
In all
Protocol.
honesty, if we're talking about strategy-wise, the other 2 are probably going to take a fear check. High probability they might fail because it sounds like they're kind of weaklings. So you can step back and probably help take care of that because I've got a slightly longer range with my weapon. So
As
don't
I
have to be
step
as
back,
close.
can I step on that radio? Or no?
Yeah. Give me a athletic skill roll,
Okay, so do.
and it's gonna be against 2 purple.
Wow, my
And
athletics
it says
check's
there's a
bomb.
negative?
Huh?
There's a black dice in here.
That it's a see how it has the negative symbol in there? It means it removes the black dice because you're actually trained as an instructor to be coordinated.
So just this?
Yep.
And the purple?
And then it gets 2 purple. This is just to see if you can competently stomp on the radio and not kick it across the room.
Oh, yeah, please, for the love of everything.
Right to his feet.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like you got a success and an advantage.
So yeah, you step back and you just hear the crunch, and his eyes kind of go right to your foot where he sees the crunch communicator. As you just now, are you staying in a way that keeps the door open?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, like 1 foot back.
So you take 1 foot back, like you're opening up a perfect line of sight between your friend's blaster and his body.
I got a quick question now that we've got this going.
Yeah.
How good are your communication skills?
Pretty damn good, actually.
Good, because if you can stall him, I can kill the other 2, then I can come out
That
as a
would be
true metal
computers.
Computers, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 of these guys.
So if you can keep him distracted while I kill the other 2, I think can come out like a real big horror show and we can scare him into crying.
Totally.
Okay, so you step back and
Crunch.
he gives you this. I thought so, you rebel scum, and pulls the trigger.
He pulled the trigger?
He pulls the trigger and just blasters this female communications officer in the head point blank. And
He is sexist.
you just see her go slack and her binders go tight to where all the others are secured.
Yeah.
And people are just like, "You monster! Quick, before he kills the rest of us, save us!"
The real question is, should I be the one to go in there now instead of worrying about the other two?
So I'm going to go for their discipline check to see how scared the other two communications guys are. This could be good, this could be bad.
That could either be pissing your pants or be completely enraged.
They do not succeed. They do not fail. So, no successes and one threat. Literally, they start doing this whole panic, and they're just, one's just like smacking the keyboard trying to get help, but they still haven't unencrypted it. And the other one just gets up and is running because it's just body. And kind of like steps on the body and slips backwards in the blood that's now slowly pooling around it and falls backwards, and he's prone on the ground. And they're just absolutely freaking terrified. These are the techs. These are the last guys off the ship. These are the guys that don't fight. They're here to hack the radios and find out where the rebels are. And they just look ridiculous. So which one of you is going first?
You want me to kill the Imperial officer?
Can you shoot him?
I
I've made a
have a
line of
medium range.
sight.
I have a medium range weapon.
Yeah, I made a line of sight, so
You want to take
Please.
that shot?
better success than I'm getting right now.
Okay then, so I guess I'll move into position to shoot him.
Okay, so you're moving in closer, so it's just short range, so it's only one purple? Or two purple at medium range?
Can we?
It's you guys?
So you can get a extra whatever.
So I'll move in close enough to where I'm doing it at short range.
Okay, so just at the edge of short range to make life easier for your shot?
Yep, and then I guess we can do that just so we can guarantee I blow his face off.
Okay.
And then you said one purple?
It's one purple at short range, yep. Guns are deadly.
Anything negative happening before I roll?
Nope, you flipped it, so I can't touch it.
Okay.
I think that's why she wanted to flip it.
Yeah.
Well, then there was one open one though.
Oh no, but we can only do one flip per action.
Oh, okay.
So this action of you shooting, she flipped before I can flip.
Okay, then so time to blow off the face of this
So you
Imperial
whip
officer.
your heavy blaster pistol, you line up the sight just shy of her photoreceptors. You realize that she set this shot up for you.
So I have a success and an advantage.
Okay, how would you like to spend the advantage? You could give the next one of your team a blue dice, or give the next one of them a black dice.
How bad is he looking at the moment as I'm firing this trigger?
Before you do damage, he looks like this was just a flesh wound when she shot him.
So I'm gonna spend the 1 to actually activate the weapon quality.
I don't think your blaster has one. That's if you have like burn or burst.
Oh, you're right, never mind. Oh no, that's not what I was looking for. It was inflict a critical injury with a successful attack that deals damage past soak.
Yeah, that's if your crit is 1. I think the crit on those is what, 3?
The crit.
It'd be the 3 advantage symbols.
Yeah, it says cost me very, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So, how much strain have you accumulated?
3? No, 5. I got 5, but I have 11 strain.
So you,
Getting strain back is always the best thing for your
yeah,
body.
so I'm gonna give it to you so you can get back
Well,
some
no,
extra.
it would be your strength, not
Yeah.
hers.
Oh,
So you could give her a blue dice, a bonus, basically. When you took your shot, you set it up so that she could follow up with another shot if need be.
okay then. So yeah.
So the next friendly player to go, which happens to be her,
Yes.
would get a blue dice. So basically, you're doing this whole teamwork shooting trick where you shoot and then she follows up with her shot.
Yeah.
So what was your damage?
So my damage for the heavy blaster pistol is 7.
So 7. So you got 1 success.
Yep.
So 8 points. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Because he's still on his feet. He's looking pretty good.
I shoot at him again.
Okay, take your shot.
Okay, shooting.
He's giving you a blue. Your partner's giving you a blue dice,
Mm-hmm.
and it's at just 1 purple.
Okay.
Are you aiming? You're not moving. You might as well. Oh, you already got. Well, he gave you a blue dice, so
Oh.
if you aim, you get another blue dice.
Yeah.
There you go. Why not? If you're not moving,
Wow.
I think you can crit with that weapon.
Yeah.
Check your weapon. What's your weapon's crit?
3.
3.
Okay.
So, yeah,
So-
you just critted.
You've got 2 successes and 5 advantages. So what's your weapon's damage?
6.
6. So yeah, he's definitely still alive. You have 5 advantage to spend. What? You look how much hit points you have. You have 12.
So now you can choose to crit him, plus still have 2 to get back some of your strain.
Yeah, okay.
Are you gonna do that?
I want to do that. Is he moving still? Like,
He seems to still be on his feet. I would definitely say your follow-up shot definitely makes him look as if he is bloodied. Would be the term in D&D for Half-Life.
okay.
So
how
what
many-
you're gonna want to do
8
is-
strain prick. So how many am I getting rid of?
What's your crit in your gun?
3.
3. So spend 3 of your advantage and roll those percentile. Higher is better. This is your crit that you're doing to him.
Yep, just roll them.
Yep. 28. So what you did to him was a discouraging wound. We flip 1 light side point to dark side, which, by the way, for my guys, it's opposite. So basically, you shot him in such a way that he's got his hand on the wound, and it looks worse than it really is.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it's motivating you guys.
Yeah.
It's inspiring you guys.
Okay.
The rebels are like, yeah. And then you still have 2 advantage if you want to recover 2 strain. Okay.
Actually, I got a lot of strain for me to use.
So he's got blaster shots all through. He's got this hand on this horrible, discouraging wound. As he's like lining up his pistol on the next hostage, because he's like, they're not stopping, and he's debating. He's debating between shooting you or shooting a hostage.
You're the one with the moral conscience here.
And then he turns his blaster on you.
Okay.
He's gonna shoot at you.
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't shoot at the big monstrosity covered in blood.
He doesn't see you yet.
Yeah, because he's thinking she's sprouting bullets apparently.
Yeah.
As
It's amazing. I'm this big old droid people never seen.
Hey, good.
That's what you get for being shiny and grown.
Yeah, it is.
So you know what? You critted him. He's gonna crit you back.
Okay.
Ooh.
So he's hitting you for 7 points of damage. So 7
2.
damage.
Wait, but I have soak, right?
Yeah. So
So-
what's 7 minus 5?
2.
Yep.
So,
So he's gonna hit you for a crit. Where'd you put those percentile?
1.
So he hits you. So you're gonna want to mark on this part of your character sheet.
over here? Okay.
It's a 1 purple. So just shading one of those little diamonds. And for a 17, it is distracted. The target cannot perform a free maneuver during your next turn.
Okay.
So you know how normally you action and maneuver, you lose that free maneuver because he's like, you shot me!
Okay.
So, and that can be repaired with a easy mechanics roll. So if
Okay.
someone has mechanics, they would just, that's why you shade in the 1 purple, so you know how difficult it is to heal it.
I mean, I have mechanics.
Yeah, so if you were at a place where you could do it, you
Yeah.
could fix yourself possibly.
Once we fix
Oh.
this situation,
We have the droid that's got the parts.
Start pulling parts out.
be chrome and red.
And he's gonna give you a black die in your next action. Specifically picking you to have a black die.
Yeah, I'm the only one he sees right now.
Oh,
I can
except for
Fine.
all of a sudden his eyes focus just past you and he realizes, oh shit, there's a second one.
Yep.
Ah,
I'm
yes.
tiny.
The difference is on my next turn, I'm going to go in and hit him.
Go for it.
So
He's
it's
killed someone.
it's
Go
now
for it.
the podunk guy's turn. They're gonna actually shoot at you.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
you're
this
the
is-
big threat.
Last time somebody shot at me, it got funny.
Yeah, it was
They're panic firing at this point. Wow. Bless you.
What they hit
Is that
me
a
with.
sneeze, a cough? What was
That was a
that?
cough.
Okay.
And a laugh at the same time.
So they hit you for 8 points before soak. As they're just pew 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 panic
So-
fire.
A 1.
Yep. They took off a little bit more by painting my armor plating.
Okay, so which one of you is going first? You want to go first? Oh, you're
Okay, then I'm going to go in and murder the Imperial bastard.
Yes.
okay. You're walking right past her to go hand to hand with him.
Yes.
Okay, so it's 2 purple.
Might as well try to scare the shit out of him, right?
Let's put it this way. I'm walking at him. I'm this big black robot with blood, Imperial markings, and a scorch mark from a droid. I think I cut a pretty intimidating figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a blood-covered hand with the blades coming out of again, and it's like, okay, that's kinda okay.
I want him
And
to
while
scream.
going into this, just because I want to make sure I kill him,
Yeah.
I'm going to flip one of these to give me another yellow.
Yay!
Because you saw that discouraging wound he has, you're just gonna put your knife right into it and go up.
Yes, I'm also planning on taking his head to scare the other two to keep them from shooting me. I like going horrific if I'm in a...
You're gonna do it, you're gonna own that shit.
Yes.
Good.
Let's put it this way.
I am encouraging
Imperials
this.
only ever understand fear.
It's in your base coding.
Kind of, actually.
When you were stolen from the Imperial Core,
So
it's still
that did
there.
nothing. So, yeah, basically that just... Ah, that's funny. So I got a success and 2 advantage.
Okay, so what would you like to do for the 2 advantage?
Oh, what can I do?
Recovery strain is always a good thing.
Strange enough, I haven't used that much.
Ah,
Yeah.
what's the crit of your knife?
Unfortunately, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, most of my crap's 3. The only one that isn't is the stun club. Which, I actually could have used that. And it has some similar effect, but I like the violence.
Yeah.
So, but I think
Understandable.
that since I can't really do much else, well, unless, I don't think I really have to activate Pierce, do I?
No, Pierce, oh, that's good to know. Pierce means armor soaks 1 less point of damage. That's good to know. That's a freebie. That's a passive thing that always works. But always tell me if you have a weapon with Pierce, because that basically means it does 1 more point of damage. Because
Okay.
it ignores 1 point of soak.
Alright then, so, since I know that, I will recover some of my strain.
Okay, so what's the damage of your weapon?
Oh, strain.
Uh,
So the damage of my weapon is 5.
So 5 with Pierce of 1, so the 5 basically, ignores, because he's got a soak of 4, so you would have only done 1 point of damage. But with Pierce 1, you do 2 points of damage. So you go in there and he does this combat move where he kind of jukes to the side and you rip the tunic wide open with a small line of blood. And he's like, whoa!
And I have a feeling the rebels are probably not enjoying the sight.
The sad
Sure
thing
they
is
are.
he's wearing a rebel armor, which is what's been helping with padded armor with the soak. And it's like, damn it! You damn droids!
Good.
To be quite honest, it must be really something interesting to see big old droid, rebel markings painted on alongside or over the Imperial markings, plus the scorch mark, plus the blood. I just look like something perfect for an Imperial terror poster.
Yeah. And so he's immediately like, oh shit, I'm in a small room with 2 murder droids and one's got a dagger, one's an Imperial murder droid. He's got the shit scared out of him right now. He doesn't have really much that he can do, except for he reaches in, he drops the pistol
Here we go.
and reaches into his belt and pulls out a tiny comm unit. The rebels are in the primary communications room! You must stop them! They've got droids!
I think he hasn't realized that we're the only 2 here so far.
Yeah.
Beware! The droids are combat units! Stolen Imperial property! Because you're actually terrifying him when he sees a KX unit come walking in. And pretty much that's his turn as he's screaming into the radio top, we need reinforcements. Send all the stormtroopers! Beware the droids.
Out of curiosity, since I'm figuring that as droids we have some basic tactical analysis, do I notice him having any grenades in the immediate area?
No.
Damn, so can't blow up the...
You know for a fact most of the hard ordnance would be stored in weapons lockers. Matter of fact, you do know how to get to the weapons lockers because that's your job.
Too bad we didn't stop there before we came here, then we could have blown this up and saved ourselves some effort.
Hindsight.
Yep. Well, pretty much any of these techs could probably do what you guys need to do to the communications.
Yeah.
So, the other 2 are running scared. You might want to grab the one of the people that can help us out of the room.
So top of the order of initiative, these 2 guys are scrambling to the lift. They are scrambling into the lift and they are hitting the button.
I say let them go, let them terrify the other people.
As the lift just
Alright.
as the Astromech's bouncing.
Yeah.
And his eyes just got huge when he realized the last 2 techs have left the comm room. Okay, so who's going first?
Well, I can probably, to be quite honest, I could actually probably do quite a bit here, because now I can sort of dual wield at this stage. Except instead of pistols, knife, Stun club.
Yeah?
And then you can work on getting the other guys out
Yeah.
so we can start getting the job done.
Yeah.
Because we've had a lot of fun so far, but now it's time for work.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to go first?
Yep.
Okay.
So, dual wielding.
So it's
both
basically
mowers.
going to be your melee plus, it's going to be 3 purple.
Yep.
And which one's your primary weapon? So we know which one hits regardless.
So my primary weapon, so the stun club is better, so that's what I'm going to use.
Okay.
Yep. But the dice pool's the exact same.
Yep. So it's going to be the dice pool of 1
Yep.
against 3 purple.
Resourceful with me. Apparently not. So strangely enough, I actually got 5 success but 4 threats.
So immediately you whip out your knife and your stun club, and you got 5 successes. So you bring that stun club down. What's the damage for your stun club?
7.
7. And you just hear this sickly,
It's also got disorient too.
which means he would have 2 black dice. He would have a black dice added for the next 2 rounds if he was still alive. As the stun club does its bit and it jolts him, and his head collapses in.
Nice.
Damn, there's nothing for me to tie to my shoulder.
And he just drops to his knees as you realize you were following him up with the knife, but you're just kind of woof in the air missing. But you immediately realize your stun club shorts out.
Damn.
That's what I'm going to use 3. Your threat 4 was that. But you had 5 threat,
4.
4 threat. Okay, so go ahead and take a point of strain as you did that, because all of a sudden this electric jolt, when you crushed his skull, the juice hit your hand and carried the jolt back with it.
So I have a feeling my weapon's not damaged.
It needs to be repaired for it to work again.
Oh well.
But your knife is fine.
We can find work to do that for later.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, sorry if my character sounds a little bit morbid, but one of my favorite 40k fractions is Night Lords. If you don't know what that is, terror tactics is their specialty. And one of the things that they're good for is that they like to cut off limbs of their enemies and hang them as trophies from their armor.
And immediately, you don't know which tech, but one of the techs just immediately leans over and it just hurls.
And I
As
just
this
start laughing.
sunken head hits the floor and just breaks the seal. And just juice everywhere.
At this point, I just start laughing.
And go ahead, are you going to do a mechanical roll or an athletics, break the pole that they're handcuffed to?
Break the pole.
Okay, give me an athletics roll. It's going to be against 3 purple.
Oh, dear God.
Hey, this part was not meant to be broken. Mechanics just would have been average.
Yeah, but they can help us if I can break it.
Yeah.
And Captain did say he wants the rebels out if we can get them out.
Yeah.
So, protocol, damn it.
Yeah, you're following orders. You're doing exactly what you're supposed
Are we
to
still
do.
doing things in turn order, or is this just doing random stuff now?
Mostly in turn order, but pretty much it's wrapping up out of initiative. So what'd you get?
I don't really know what
Well,
we're looking at.
take your successes
So,
and take your failures,
I'm taking failures.
and
So-
then take your advantages. So you have 1 success
Okay.
and 1 threat.
Okay.
So immediately you grab this pipe and you pull it off the roof, and immediately some steam comes blasting out and it hits all of the techs.
Okay.
And you can tell it's obviously uncomfortable for them because they're screaming in some kind of excitedness, probably from the crushed skull, you're assuming. You don't realize your hand is warming up to about 120 degrees from the steam as you're pulling the pipe down.
Okay.
And you've broken them free, but the hot steam is blasting them.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab the 2 nearest to me and start dragging them out.
Okay, so you guys are pulling them out, and they're competent techs. They are jumping over, and they look at you, and they're like, "Orders, sir," because they point to the body, and you realize that the dead person was the officer, the communications officer. And they know you're the captain's protocol droid, so
Yeah.
it's like, "Orders, sir."
They all probably don't even want to look at me.
No,
No.
especially the little guy that puked.
Poor
He's
buddy.
just got a bib of vomit on his uniform.
Poor buddy. We need to send out a message to the other rebels.
Warn the rebel fleet that their location is not secure.
Mm-hmm. And then blow this place up.
And then, are you saying blow it up, or are you saying sabotage the communication so they can't be used?
Sabotage.
Okay. And they're like, "Yes, sir! And give me a leadership roll. Because I believe you actually have that. You do have that. And it's going to be
It's not very good.
It's going to be against 2 purple.
Okay.
This is just you giving them great, concise orders to help bolster their abilities and make them work extra efforty.
Okay. Nope. There's 3 threats.
You kind of babble out some stuff and throw the captain's orders that we're supposed to scuttle the ship. What? But you do also tell them that they're supposed to send the SOS message if anyone can get to the secondary communications, which you know is the next nearest place to get to.
Yeah.
So basically, they're all like, okay, you're going to retake the ship, good luck. Is they're all jumping on the controls, sending out the message.
Yeah.
And they're basically broadcasting messages, and you can see each one sending out a message to a rebel base that's in the computer.
Yeah.
And then they're pulling out a red painted data stick, jacking it in there, and you just see smoke coming out of the port.
Nice. Alright.
And then I tell them as we're finishing up in this particular room, everybody make to the escape pods except for the one who's going to help us do whatever in secondary communications.
Okay, so the guy who puked is like, I need to make up for my bad posture, sir. I'll come with you.
Okay.
Lieutenant Leroy. And secondary communications, it's only a quick turbo lift. He pushes the turbo lift button.
Oh.
Okay, so they're doing their job. They're sabotaging as they go, and then you guys told them get to the life pods afterwards.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys getting ready to get on the lift when the next lift comes up. Thankfully, they keep coming and coming.
Yeah.
Same one again.
Cool.
Oh, is the droid still in there?
Nope, different
Different
lift.
Ah, damn it.
So you guys get in the lift, you hit the button, and it's like a 1/10 of a second before you pop up to the next level. Door opens up, and there seems to be no one there except for a protocol droid and an Astromech droid.
Imperial markings?
Yes.
Ooh, my favorite.
It's that
Take 'em out,
protocol
man.
droid with the big bug eyes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Take 'em
battle
out.
bots all over again.
Take
Okay.
them out. Me and the dude are gonna go to communications.
Oh, good, I get all the fun.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is secondary communications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take them out. We're gonna deal with
So
communications.
basically, she's saying she and the other guy are going to run do their thing. I'm going to do some battle royale robot rumbles.
If you can, I'm gonna protect the
Let's put this in.
Oh.
There's a
I'm
rank.
gonna protect the flesh.
You're going to protect Jenkins.
Yes.
If there was a rancor here, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
True.
But
Yeah.
since it's just robots,
Yeah.
So immediately, you guys, you got the drop on them. They seem to be talking in binary words. Basically, the protocol droid is chastising him for, you need to find those droids that we've been told about on the ship.
so I'm going to kill the protocol droid first.
Okay, so you're going up on you're just gonna run out there berserker style and go straight for the attack, or do you want to waste a turn sneaking up on him, attempting to sneak up on him?
Want to do sneak?
No. Don't. We
So,
already
I'm
have
not
the
gonna-
alarm going.
I'm not going to make an effort to make a whole bunch of noise, but I am going to
Yeah.
attack.
I'm not gonna thunder the barbarian it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so go for it. You're gonna go up. It's gonna be 2 purple.
Okay. So I've got my punch dagger. Decent.
So you're like pulling.
I've also got unarmed, which is good, which I could also do an extra die to do both. That way I get both pierce as well as knockdown.
True. Knockdown is two advantage to knock him down. On the plus side, it would give you advantage to wail on him when he's knocked down on one knee.
Yeah, but I've also got the Astromech right there.
Or you could take your pistol out and do both.
Oh, I can attack both at the same time?
When you dual wield, you can decide to split your attacks.
Okay then, I will do that. Punch
Okay.
dagger for the
Protocol?
Yep, punch dagger for the protocol droid. Pistol for the Astromech.
Okay, so the punch dagger is your main attack, and then the pistol is your secondary attack.
Yep.
So which one has the worst dice pool?
Pistol.
That's the one you'll go with 3 purple.
Glass pistol. So yeah.
Because you're just.
Actually, it looks like I didn't do too bad.
I was hoping for a triumph.
So, I actually have to do math here for a minute. So, there's these here on. So it looks like I've got 1 success and 1 threat.
Ooh. So you immediately come out there and you stab into the protocol droid. So for how much damage?
For the protocol droid, regular damage for the punch dagger is 5.
5, so 6.
With 1 pierce.
With 1 pierce. That's good to know, because that's 1 extra point of damage. So, don't dry out yet. Okay, so you come up and you just shank into his shoulder blade section and pull your dagger out. He's still kicking, though. You can tell that he soaked a lot of that damage, even with the pierce. He's tough. He's a droid.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're a protocol droid. You absorb quite a bit.
Yeah, and all of a sudden your pistol shot just ends up really wild and hits into the counter in front of the Astromech, and it goes as it does that R2 squeal of like, what the hell? As this little probe is in there doing its thing. So what orders are you giving your communications guy?
So we're just supposed to destroy the communications, or we?
Well, that's what you're doing down below. In this room, you're supposed to be, in the secondary communications, is issue the abandoned ship order.
Yeah.
So that any free members can at least try to escape.
Oh, never mind. I just figured out something on my combat skills tree.
What's up?
That the combat skills for like brawl and melee match what it is on my dice pool. Didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, because apparently for both brawl and melee, it's 2 yellow and 2 green. The same goes for my punch dagger, my stun club, and my unarmed. I just realized, so this is here's just an extra correlation.
Yep, it basically just puts it at the bottom so it's easier to see when you're doing just your weapons. So you're basically ordering for him to issue the abandoned ship. What are you doing while he's doing that?
Giving orders? Or just send out...
How about try shooting?
You got it,
really?
You can shoot. You can shoot still. You're
That
basically
would be
bodyguarding him. You're like, issue the orders.
Yeah,
or better yet,
yeah.
since the Astromech can direct interface shoot the Astromech.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I wanted to shoot him like in
Because
the chest.
Astromechs
Okay.
are jerks.
Astromechs are jerks. That's what they are.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna
Even
shoot.
R2D2.
He's the biggest of them all. Look at that vulgar little guy.
I think the worst jerk of an Astromech they ever had though was R5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This,
gold.
and I want it.
Yeah. Total douchebag droid.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's going to be against 1 purple for short. Oh, and you're going to upgrade, so it's all dark side. Yeah, so go ahead and take a yellow. Yeah.
One of my favorite droids though from the series is the I-88s.
Yeah, but they actually brought those back.
This one?
Yep, just 1.
Okay.
Because I want the whole IG-88 story to go, out. Because that needs to be canon, I'm sorry.
Wow, you actually did really good.
Yeah, so 2 successes and 2 advantages. What's your weapons damage?
6.
6, so 8 points of damage. Okay, and what would you like to do with the 2 advantage?
Can I give him one?
You can give the next player on your side a blue and the next bad guy to go a black.
Yeah.
Or you can specifically say, I'm giving you a blue, which you should probably just say the next player.
The next player.
Okay.
Blue.
So because all of a sudden you're shooting distracting shots into the Astromech's, carapace.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one of you guys to go gets blue, and the next one of them to go gets black.
Awesome.
Okay, so everybody go ahead and roll initiative. Because now that you've actually burst out and started blasting this place, let's find out who's got what initiative.
Crap.
Ooh, I rolled really well. I got a triumph and 2 advantages.
I rolled nothing.
Wait, we only roll one of these? Or...
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So what'd you get?
Nothing.
Nothing. What'd you get?
Success.
Just 1 success?
Yeah. Just 1. I only rolled 1.
Well, you can get doubles.
How? What?
The greens have a double on them.
Get doubles.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Only 1.
Okay, so it's gonna be NPC, because one of them rolled a freaking triumph.
Yeah.
Then we've got a PC.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have an NPC. Then we have a player character. So, the first one to go is going to be the protocol droid, who's going to turn around at you, and all of a sudden you notice his receptors turn from yellow to a dark red, and he does this whole shink with the knife himself. It's an espionage model of a protocol droid. And he's going to try to shank you. Shank you very much.
Well,
And
if
he's
this
going.
isn't shank is anything like mine, it's not. I'm not probably not.
Well, we'll find out.
So, not the best roll. Turns that to that, but I have got 1 success and 3 advantages.
Ooh.
And what's that crit again?
3.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing as punch dagger?
Well, it's the equivalent. He's the same espionage type that I decided to build your guy out of too. So it's going to be for 6 points of damage, piercing of 1.
So 6 points with a piercing of 1.
So it's going to ignore 1 of your armor.
6 points of damage.
Which
it does
means
absolutely nothing.
Well, what's your armor?
7.
Yeah. So never mind the crit because he doesn't do 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
So he hits you with his piercing knife, and you just see it's all superficial scratch. It's like forged in fire. He's pulling his knife back, and it's got your paint on the knife edge. That's it. And he's like,
I got lucky on that one.
yeah. 1 extra success, and I could have cut you. Cut you good. Could have cut you with a crit, but no. Okay, and
I'm just lucky.
And he basically yells at the Astromech droid to try to lock down the computers. And the Astromech droid is like, it's like, you son of a bitch. I just got shot! Fix me!
Wow, the Imperials got more vulgar with their droids.
Yeah.
So which one of you is going next?
Well, do you want to shoot the Astromech, or do you want me to beat up this guy? Shooting
Is the Astromech the one we have to be concerned for?
Yeah, because he's telling him to lock down the computers.
Yeah, but I want to go and I want to shoot him. Well, what?
Or do you want me to shoot him?
You're closer.
Plus, I've got the heavier blast pistol.
You do have a better one. I will aim at protocol dude then.
All right, then. So I think I'll go first if you
Okay.
want me to have the extra blue die.
Yeah.
So that way
Okay.
I'll shoot the Astromech, which means I'll be open up for another stabby from the protocol droid. But so far, this has been very funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but
And you're still engaged with him? So you're right there, or do you want to step back a little to only get 1 purple dice to shoot the Astromech?
I'll stick back 1 to do the one
Okay.
shot. The purple.
So you step back 1 step, so that way you lose that 1 extra purple. So it's just 1 purple.
And now, unfortunately, I can't aim unless I want stress.
Unless you want the strain, yeah. You could take the 2 strain to
You
aim.
can't. You.
I'll take the 2 strain to aim.
Okay,
Yeah.
you take that 1/10 of a second, that strain to line up your blaster with one of his photoreceptors. This is giving you the stink eye.
So I forgot what exactly does aiming do again?
It adds another. It gives you a blue dice. So you should have 2 blue dice.
You see in there?
Yep. That'd be funny if I shoot him and he just explodes.
Please.
This could happen.
So this is kind of funny. So these 2 just want to fight each other. These 2 did squat. I got 1 success and 2
Advantage?
2 advantage.
Okay, so what would you like to do for your 2 advantage, and how much damage is that?
So I'm actually going to use my 2 advantage to give her blue die on her next turn.
Okay, you're super distracting the flashy way you're shooting the Astromech.
Yep. And then I think that's it for that. And as for the Astromech, the damage from my heavy blast pistol is 7.
7? Okay, so 8 points. So he is not looking good at all. He's just like, as you just see him like grinding sounds when he's turning around his globe. He is almost on his last point. Actually, he's literally on his last point. He is just, compartments are opening and closing and smoke is ventilating out of them, and he's just like, fire suppression, please. And sadly, it's his turn.
That's his little turn.
It's his little turn. So he has a black die.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to try to lock out the computers, which currently is upgraded because they haven't unlocked them yet, against his skill. I'm going to borrow that.
Okay.
So he's going to
I'll
try
remove
to...
the other die just in case.
Oh.
Yeah, that way it doesn't get confused.
I use small spill.
Yeah.
He got a despair.
Yay.
And he got a triumph.
No.
And he got 2 successes and a threat. So this little poor guy, Jack's in there. The despair I'm going to give him that he's activating the anti-tampering feature, which basically it's that thing when R2 Jackson and lightning comes shooting through, which his dome explodes the rest of the way. You just see parts fly.
Okay.
As that is the despair. He succeeded in locking it down because he was locking it down when it shorted it out and it kind of burns out half the consoles.
Good thing we brought Techie with us.
Yep.
And for the triumph that happens, as soon as you guys are doing your thing and you're all in position, this thing explodes. You're all looking at the rings of smoke coming down. The turbo lift stops and the door opens up. And 2 really large stormtroopers step out really quick with their blasters at the ready.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and roll for their initiative. Their initiative sucks.
You roll a yellow for their initiative?
Yeah. So they're at the bottom of the order. But not this turn. This is when they're just stepping out of the lift. They got that message for send help. So this is the first place they stopped off because the elevator rocked and they hit the stop button. Because despair sucks and triumph is awesome. Depending who rolls it.
Yeah.
So the Astromech is gone. He exploded. It looks like an awesome blossom flower.
Aww.
With 2 little legs holding him up.
Nice.
Okay, so that was bottom of the order.
I can see why you picked this room.
Actually, this is the room they gave me. It was the Star Wars room. Usually we get the room next door. See, I actually brought the laptop to bring up on the big screen the blow up I have of the ship,
Nice.
just in case.
Nice.
Or the screen crawl, because I think there's a site you can view screen crawls.
Alright, so it's my turn now.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So we kind of have to take care of this intruder.
Or the protocol droid.
We could take care of it.
Or we can do all of them at once. Pick up protocol droid. Shove them over towards the stormtroopers, back into the lift, hit the lift button, and watch them go. Is that even
That,
possible?
by the way, would be a coordination roll. It's an actual skill coordination for you to reach in and hit the button and put your hand up before the door cuts it off.
Yep.
You're
I actually have a
droids.
chance.
Yeah,
You're droids, so if your hand gets cut off, it's not so bad.
Yeah, I can just replace it after all we do. Hopefully another piece of protocol droid was left behind.
I'm sorry, Captain, you don't recognize me. My arm is red.
Alright, but it's my turn now,
Yep.
right?
So what are you gonna do?
Is that what you want to do on your next turn? Because there's an NPC next.
Well, you protect the NPC. Do what you think is necessary to protect
He's gonna do his thing at the very bottom of the order, so you don't have to worry about him.
Okay.
Less like he gets shot.
I want to kill the protocol.
Kill the protocol droid, go for it.
Yes, the more damage he is when I throw him into the elevator, the better.
Especially since the protocol droid has only taken 3 points of damage.
Okay,
He's
so
just got one little puncture hole in his backside.
Just these guys and then purples, right?
So are you gonna get closer to him or shoot him from across the room?
Cross.
Just close enough.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you aiming?
I have a thingy.
You had
Oh,
that's a
aiming,
bonus. That's from the buddy setting up the.
Yes, I want to.
Okay, go for it.
That's a lot.
So either one of those blues will take the purple out.
Okay. And
2 successes, 3 advantage. What's the crit on your blaster?
3.
That's 3. If you wanted to crit, so what's the damage of your blaster?
6.
6. Okay.
If I want to crit, what does that mean?
So if you want to crit, you would pick up the percentile, spend your 3 advantage to crit, and roll on that.
Sure, why not?
You've obviously crit a lot. It's that tactical programming you were downloaded with.
Yeah.
Always shoot the soft spots. A 9. So currently he is slowed down. The target can only act during the last allied initiative slot on his turn.
Wait.
So you must have hit him. Double 0 is a 0.
Is 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you would have rolled, that's 100. If you would have rolled all zeros.
Oh, that's 100. Got it. Okay.
So you basically hit him in his motivator. He now has a bad motivator and is slowed down, so he's acting last in initiative.
Yay!
Which is good, because he was acting first in initiative, so now he's last.
Yay!
Which means now I have a greater chance of throwing him into the thing with the stormtroopers and potentially lose my hand in the process.
So,
Yay!
top of the order, that we'll say that slot's gone, since he's no longer acting in that slot, and his Astromech is dead. So which one of you is going first?
It'll be me.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
Exactly what I said. I'm gonna pick up the protocol droid, shove him into the stormtroopers into the lift, push the button, and hopefully don't lose my hand.
Okay, it's gonna be an athletics against 2 purple. That's his athletics. Really great. As he struggles against you, going, no, what are you doing?
You said 2 purple?
2 purple, yeah.
So I got 3 advantage on that.
So somehow when you grabbed him, he just squirmed just right that he squiggled out of your arms. Metal on metal, man. When 2 pieces of metal catch each other, there's this horrendous scraping sound of metal on metal.
Mhm.
As he just slithers free because it's the blood on your hand. It's like oil.
Blood is sticky, man.
Oh no, it's super slick when it's on metal. Though. Like
That's
hold a
true.
knife when you got blood in your hand.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and he squiggles out of your hands, but you have 3 advantage. So how would you like to spend those? You could have an ally make a free movement.
Actually, I'm gonna make one of the stormtroopers drop their weapons.
Okay, so all of a sudden one of the troopers, as they're both, at the end of initiative, they're stepping out, and they're seeing this bot wars going on, and the guy just like, what? Drop, and just nonchalantly steps out, and blaster falls to the floor for almost no reason other than he's not sure what he's seeing an Imperial droid rip one of the protocol spy droids apart. He's like, I didn't even know we brought one of those monsters, but they still give me nightmares. Okay, so
I got us a turn.
Yay!
At least it's one of
So
them.
the protocol droid is immediately going to try to run past you, and he kind of waves his hands in the air like he don't care, and he's saying, "They're rebels! They're rebels! Blast them! Blast them!" And he's kind of running towards your NPC, by the way, who's busy doing.
Okay.
Just to let you know that he's going towards the tech at the computer,
Time for a rock'em sock'em robot.
That's what I'm thinking. I want to punch him.
and he's telling the stormtroopers to clearly blast you. Pick up your rifle, you fool! Okay. So top of the order, whichever one of you.
He's coming towards
Wait a
the
second.
line.
Considering the fact that I just went, or
Well, I don't know.
wait a second. That's just got kind of strange because the protocol droid went to last in initiative.
The stormtroopers don't get to go this round.
Oh,
That was them coming out and dropping the rifle.
But did we skip her last turn then?
Well, didn't you shoot the protocol droid?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you tried to pick him up, and he slipped out of your grasp.
And then his thing was.
His turn was to say, "Shoot him!"
I'm sorry.
It's because we're now missing the Astromech in the order, and
Yeah.
he gets the last slot.
Sorry, I just
No,
got
it's okay. So now it's basically going to be one of you stormtroopers, one of you him.
Which one should I take on?
I want you to take on the stormtrooper. But,
We need to protect Fleshy at all costs.
so,
So I guess I'll shoot the protocol droid.
okay, because he is coming at my guy.
Yeah, he is coming at your guy. You have a sense that he is going to go shank the guy in the back of the neck because the guy's just wearing padded armor.
Yep. So,
So as he's running by, you got the knife still in play.
is he still really close to me?
Yeah, you can still get a shot off.
So I'm debating whether or not if I should just take the extra die for the punch dagger as well as to shoot him.
Yeah. Take one step.
Because if I shoot him right now, is it only just one purple die? Or is it
It's
two?
just one purple die.
However, if I decide to do both at him, it's 2 purple die.
Yep.
I'll do the 2 in exchange for 1 more.
Okay, so if you're going up to melee and shoot, it's 3 purple total.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're gonna upgrade one of your purple. Just because I had 3 dark side points and I gotta get you guys back on the board.
Yeah.
It's no fun when the economy stagnates.
So, just thinking if the odds are worth it.
May the odds forever be in your favor.
So, your opinion. Should I add an extra purple for an extra yellow, or should I stick with this?
Protocol droid does the tactical assessment.
Just leave it? Okay then. So I'm just gonna shoot him.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just line up the sight. You're gonna aim.
Yep.
Okay. So it's just one red dice you got in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Just one red die.
Okay then, so all that goes away. So I got 2 successes with 2 advantage.
Okay, so for your 2 successes, what's the damage of your weapon?
7.
7, so 8, 9.
And
Okay. So you know something bad's about to happen to this protocol droid. But I'll let you finish what you're saying.
so I will add 1 black die to the
Them?
protocol droids next.
We'll just say them because he's not having it next.
He's not having it next?
Oh, is he dead?
He is smoking and landing at the feet of the stormtroopers as they're both looking down at him.
Okay, then so I'll just whoever's going next.
Okay?
So black die whoever's going next.
The distracted dead protocol droid is getting your attention.
Yay.
Because that's what happens. Okay, so stormtroopers see the protocol droid fall dead at their feet. As they're obviously looking up at you, the one guy looks at the other guy like, you gonna pick up your rifle? And while that guy bends over to pick up his rifle, the other one is lining his rifle up to take a shot at you with his carbine.
Ooh,
And immediately,
great.
you're looking at the carbine and going, ooh, I want that.
Yes, I do. I love weapons.
And the carbine is definitely an upgrade since it does 11 damage.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's probably gonna hurt. So it's going to be...
Miss. Oh, he's also got a black die.
Yeah.
Remember?
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew I paid that too for a reason.
And he's aiming and taking the shot. Ooh.
Either did really good or I'm really
That
dead.
takes out that. That takes out that. So he only has 4 advantages. So he immediately takes his pot shot. And when he does, it kind of like nicks your pistol and makes sure you drop your pistol.
Now I'm pissed.
And he's going to give the next one of you guys to go a black die.
Okay.
Because he's just like, your gun drops. Honor of the Corps. And the guy who picks up his rifle is taking a half step back in the lift and pushing the lift button to lock the lift.
I don't care about that. I just know the person who shot me is weapon mine.
Okay, so who's going next as I look at that person?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. We go shoot the closer one.
Shoot the one that's outside the lift?
Yeah.
Okay, that just took his gun out?
Yeah.
He's a hard looking hombre.
Alright, so
His fancy stormtrooper armor that deflects blasts and lightsabers alike. Oh wait, no it doesn't. One purple.
Strangely enough, I actually found out what the stormtrooper armor does compared to
But
the
let's go ahead
stormtrooper
and-
armor.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out, stormtroopers, it means to where when they take a blaster shot, they're actually not. It's very rare for them to die from a blaster shot because what it does is both the armor and the bodysuit they wear underneath disperses it, so it acts like a stun.
Oh, okay.
It takes a really powerful laser shot to actually be able to kill them. Problem is, though, it still knocks them unconscious.
Yeah, they still are knocked out.
But hey, it reduces the recruitment numbers the Imperial needs to keep it up.
And besides, the whole point of the armor is the shock and awe value. It's the same, the uniform.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I found out that the clone troopers armor had one other advantage is that they could take a wound, it would go through, which means highly likely of casualty.
Mm.
But if they survived it, it would react to the wound, which would mean they would bleed out less.
So if you don't die immediately. So what you got?
I don't know. I'm still
So
don't know
do
how
that.
to-
So this takes out this. This takes out this, and actually those both have it, and that takes out that. So if it helps, what I always like to do is, so you can see, that takes out that, and that takes out that. The blue is good, the black is bad.
It was good.
Yep. So starburst gets taken out by triangles.
This way.
Yep, and that red and that yellow take each other out.
So 5.
So you have a success and 2 advantage.
Okay. So I have a success the next. That's all like this.
So what's the damage of your weapon?
6. So
6?
7. Right?
Okay, yep. So if it's 6, it does 7 points, which you actually see a scratch go through his armor.
Yay!
Just a scratch.
Wow, those are some heavily armored dudes.
So what's your 2 advantage? What would you like to do with that? Give him specifically a blue, or do you want to give the next one of your teammates a blue and one of them a black?
Next one of the team.
You get more bang for your buck. If there's like 5 players, you'd want to specifically spend the 2 to give the right person the thing. Like say you're giving the mechanic to fix the engine at the beautiful moment you need it fixed.
Yeah.
But if you guys like this, just say next person, save yourself some advantage.
Yeah.
So a black and a blue.
Yeah.
Okay? So, Stormtroopers did their thing, you did your thing. So we no longer have, it's literally you guys, then them, then you guys. So, who's going first?
Well, if I go first, I can get the stormtroopers into a lift. That way we're stuck in melee fest. That and I can grab the weapon out of the guy's damn hand so I have some replacement blaster.
I like that.
Okay. So what, you're going to try to charge him and knock him in the lift?
Pretty much.
Okay, give me an athletics roll. This you might have a problem with. This is going to be against a red and a purple.
Oh, why is that?
He likes sports. He plays football.
Here's the thing though. So do I. Oh, plus, I get an extra blue.
What, are you going to flip it?
No, she gave me the advantage, remember?
Yeah. But I
So-
think she's going to flip that too for you, so you get to upgrade one of your greens to a yellow.
That means I really got the advantage.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going with against this.
Yeah.
And, which, by the way, as I'm charging into him, I'm using my punch dagger. Alright.
Well,
no,
you
no,
can
never.
either push him in the elevator or attack him. You can't do both.
I'm going to push him into the elevator.
Okay.
While trying to
I
grab the
mean,
weapon in his
it's
hand.
flesh against metal. Metal hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I know. I'm planning on bowling right into him, and hopefully we'll hit his other 10 in the process.
His friend who's on getting ready to take a knee to shoot from around the corner. I'm going to take a knee and make it harder to get shot back.
Yeah, he shoots his friend right in the butt as he's coming at him.
Oh no!
Let's take a look. So these two neutralize each other. These neutralize each other. So I got a 4 success and 1 advantage.
Oh my god. So yeah, immediately, from your point of view, you just see him bull rush in there, lock his arms, and just slam both the troopers against the wall in the elevator, in the lift. Now the lift is still locked. Did you want to, on your turn, go in and push the button with them? Or just so give you something to think about. As you're in there,
How's Fleshy do it?
Fleshy's doing his thing. He's setting out the...
Well, here's the thing
Oh.
though. The good thing about this is means they're too close to really shoot me, which means they're forced into melee, which means I don't have to worry about really being shot that much.
True.
Which also means that on my next turn I can get out, then you can press the button.
Okay. I want to protect Fleshy. So
Okay. So
So,
you're possibly leaving him to get disappeared from you and separated?
no. Okay, if I can get the stormtrooper that wants to kill me into the lift,
They're both in the lift.
they're both in
Yeah,
the lift.
he pushed the one that's what I'm saying is you saw him go charging and the guy's like, oh, and slams and disappeared. They all disappear into the lift.
Oh.
And you hear crunching noises. There's 2 troopers and a droid pile drive into the lift.
Oh. Okay. So
if you can, try to get their weapons.
Oh, their weapons are in the lift with them.
Oh, I know that, but hopefully they dropped them.
Oh no,
that
they
kind
still
of-
have their guns. They're like defensively like, "Ah."
I want to get into the lift. I also want to tell our Fleshy friend to just finish the job and leave.
Okay. So basically it's going to be the troopers' turns as you've smashed them all in
Oh,
there.
wait a second. That just made me think of something. So there's nobody else in there. It's just the fleshy guy and then us 2 and then the rest of us are in the lift.
Yeah.
So if you jump into the lift, press the button, we all can go, leave him to doing his job when
Yeah.
it's done, and then we can continue on with the rest of our mission, which is to
Yeah.
blow up the ship.
So
Yeah.
the main trooper that you pile drive, you see he's got the rifle in his hand and he's reaching down to his boot to pull out, which you know tactically speaking, they always have a combat knife in their boot.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to give you that whole rib tickle with the dagger.
Considering how it's got good for everybody else who's trying to melee me.
Yeah.
So I just walk in, right, and then press it. I don't have to roll anything.
Oh, it's it's their turn first.
Their
I'm just
turn
giving you
first,
the
okay.
idea that that's something you might want to do.
Well, I thought our turns came first beforehand, or did she?
They're
It's
in
1,
between.
1, 1, 1.
It's you guys, them, then you
Oh,
guys.
okay. I'm confused. Oh well, that's
It's
not
okay.
you.
It's because we've now changed two of their positions off the map. It
Yeah.
was
We're going
Well,
with
that-
each other.
I don't think my robots had the best memory matrix.
So he's swinging his dagger kind of blindly at your rib cage, and he
What
gets
rib
one
cage?
advantage because he missed by a mile. So you sense that he's swinging his dagger around your side here somewhere, but you can't feel it, so you don't know where it is.
I hear the dinging.
Ding.
And he's giving you a black dice in your next action, or whichever one of you goes next, which I think.
Can
is
you
going-
do that with only one advantage?
Yep, you give the next person.
I thought you needed 2 to do that.
That's to specifically give somebody. Basically, it means she's going to get a black. So you're going to run in the lift and hit the button.
While
That's-
screaming at my buddy.
So what floor are you going to?
What floor are we
You
going
do
to?
know, tactically speaking, you do have other goals here. Like there
Yeah.
is the
The bridge.
bridge. If you want to go all the way up to the bridge, there's the forward hangar that you were told to deactivate any of the vehicles. I think the bridge would probably be the smarter place to go now, though.
For what are we doing?
The bridge.
It's good. That.
Is that-
thing.
So
Well, the
you
bridge usually has
tell
overriding
me.
controls for everything on the ship.
You tell me where you're going to hit the button to go to, and we'll take a quick break because it's
Okay.
probably restroom drink time.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm out of drink.
Yeah. Same.
So we'll take a quick break, get drinks, and you tell me whether you're heading to the bridge, which is like the big showdown, probably because you probably think the big bad is in the bridge.
yeah.
Well, we don't really have to assassinate him because if we can get to the hangar bay, find a thing that can fit 2 droids, we can fly out, blowing up the hangar as we go. Go to the rear hangar, go to the engine compartment, overload the engines, and blow up the whole ship.
You're gonna kill all the organics.
Well, we already have the one guy sending out the signal to abandon ship.
Uh huh.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.